variety of programs your kids can be a part of. Our Phys Ed platform brings football to elementary schools around the city, helping to grow their knowledge of the game. Our High School Showcase Game of the Week brings the best in high school football action. Our Girls Flag Football Jamborees help young girls learn how they can play too. There's something for everyone and even more to explore. Head to Steelers.com/youth to get started today.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis and Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. The Mike McCarthy Coaches Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome back to the Mike McCarthy Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kind of talked about this at the end of the last segment, Coach. The importance of giving everybody an opportunity to play in the game, an opportunity to give you tape, maybe an opportunity to either win a starting job, win a roster job, win a job on the 68, as you like to say, or even just put a notion in your mind that if he doesn't make that he's still somebody you could have on speed dial.
Yeah, excellent. I think your question is the answer also. It's exactly it's how I would talk about it. This is the opportunity for, not only for the individual to play, but the combination of players together. Can a player be a right side player on the offensive line? Can it be a right side and left side? So able to accomplish that. And I think, the numbers tonight, you'll see this will be like playing a game, as far as how much everybody will play. So we'll try to balance out the offensive snaps with the special teams. So this will be the best opportunity of the preseason for our young players to step up and play.
This is the last time we'll talk before the cutdowns come on Sunday. You said something during the week, and I think it bears repeating, that there's the human side of this, right? I mean, the guys' dreams are going up in smoke or being realized. I mean, you have to be sensitive to that, huh?
Without a question, and I don't think there's anything that I know my first time through it. I can honestly say in hindsight I wasn't prepared for it. Because when that game ends, the next 72 hours, things are going to change, and that's just the reality of how our business works. And I think there is definitely a human side to it, and frankly, it's the most important part of this business. So I'm just a big believer, in the fact of how you bring people in your organization. They should also exit with the same amount of respect. That's just a philosophy of mine. It hasn't always held true in my personal career, but I think it's something that the Rooney family has expressed, as far as how you treat people the right way. And so that's important to me. But also it's important to me that, we have the time with the players that are leaving here. And hopefully there will be a time that we work again together. So, and that's the biggest part of it. But also, I think as a coach to a player, you have an opportunity to maybe coach one last time, and just if there's any feedback that he's looking for, or just there's those conversations have always held to be very important. Most of them are not easy, but I think it's definitely something that you have to handle the right way.
You've talked a lot during this process about combinations of players. How important is that when it comes to roster decisions? And is it more important at some positions than other positions?
That's a great question. That we'd be really late for the game tonight, because the play time. Gosh, I mean, playtime keeps me up at night, once the season starts, because not only, you got to set a course of how you want to play your players to win the game. You don't ever want to jeopardize that, but also when you become a head coach, you're worried about the length of the season, and you have to keep your focus and your energy on the target right in front of you that win that week. But, it's the 17 games, and maybe it's just because I've done it a long time now, and know the stress of the 16 game. It's I think it's an important part of the overall planning for your season. It's the journey of how you play your players. I mean, is it worth playing a TJ Watt an extra 15 snaps in week 3? If you could maybe, cut that in half, what's that going to look like for him at the end of the year? So just those types of things, so that which really goes to the meat of the question is that's where the combination comes from. So how are you going to make that happen? Because, you have projection of how you want to play the game, but it's not illegal for the opponent to come out and play a different personnel group. So right. That we have to adjust too. So, just trying to be ready and anticipate those things. But more importantly, you have to, I'm a believer in having proactive adjustments in everything we do, offensively, defensively, game management wise. And so you got to make those adjustments in the game because once again, the goals will win. But you have to be able to adjust because this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I just can never lose sight of that as a leader of the football team.
Lot of attention, of course, on the young quarterbacks. We expect that in the preseason. What has been your view on how Will Howard and Drew Aller have played, and what are you hoping to see from them tonight?
I think they clearly have shown that they have a full grasp of the offense. And if anything, this last step, what I'm looking for, both of them is let the offense work for them. That you don't have to push your opportunities. Drew was way too aggressive against the Jets. Will had 2 tough plays where things weren't clean that ended in turnovers. So I want to see him bounce back from that. But other than that, I've been really impressed with both those young men. They command the offense. They have a high understanding. They're playing with good tempo. They're assertive. You don't see a delay or hesitation in their process. That's a threshold you got to get over as a young quarterback. So there's so much. So much positive tape that they put on film that we can learn from. But, I would love just to see them, see the whole team be productive, but I'd like to see them go out and have 2 productive halves.
You were able to clean up penalties from week 1 to week 2. Is there anything other than health? Again, I asked you this last week, but anything other than health? Is it style of play? Is there something you're looking for specifically?
Yeah, style of play, the discipline. The style style discipline is a focus for us, but productivity, because, it's at the end of it, I think it's important to communicate to your football team, what you're looking for. And in every team I've ever coached, the play style and production. That's what it comes down to: play style, production, and winning. So, winning is always important. Whether it's a game of checkers, whether it's a game of chess, and definitely even preseason games.
That's the Mike McCarthy Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Rob King. Join myself, Max Starks, and Willie Colon next as we count down to kickoff. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Mike McCarthy Coaches Show was brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your radio home for Randy Baumann Mornings and Steelers football is 102.5 WDBE, Pittsburgh.
The pipe dreamers are building a better future. As energy demands gas, building a better energy future.
Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer kicks off Tuesday, September 15th at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson. You can meet Jack and you can register to win a pair of Steelers tickets every week. Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer, Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson.
Most people wait years or even decades to fix an outdated bathroom. At West Shore Home, we make it easy to fix that outdated space now with our fast, efficient, and convenient process. We also offer financing options that are built to fit your budget. And right now, getting started is easy. With our Labor Day sale, we're waiving 75% of installation costs on all bath remodels. Visit WestShoreBath.com to schedule today. That's WestShoreBath.com for Labor Day savings. Financing available with approved credit. See website for details.
Gear for tailgating season at Don's Appliances. Shop our in-stock selection of refrigerators, laundry, and more from your favorite brands like Whirlpool and KitchenAid. Get guaranteed lowest prices and free next-day delivery. Shop Don'sAppliances.com.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independent.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now is the season to get a new Chevy from Calusi Chevrolet. Whether you're looking for a new Silverado, like what I drive, or a safe SUV like the Chevy Equinox, they have a great selection of new and used vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Calusi Chevrolet is a trustworthy, family-owned business and my first pick when it comes to buying and servicing my vehicles. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis and Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, it's Brian Murphy, owner of Easy Home Exteriors. When it comes to roofing, I know you have options, but not all roofers are created equal. I'm local, I'm hands-on. This is my business, and I stand behind every roof we install. I use quality materials, have fair pricing, and we do the job right, without the pressure and without breaking the bank. If your roof needs attention, give me a call. No gimmicks, no games, just roofing done right. Call 412-678-7008 or visit easydidit.com.
Business moves fast. So do we. Armstrong Business delivers internet connectivity at the speed of business, powered by local experts and performance that never quits. Stay ahead with a fiber network that works as hard as you do. From download to done in record time, you get enterprise-grade reliability built to scale today and tomorrow. Because every second counts and every connection matters. Fast forward your business at armstrongbusiness.com.
Your radio home for Steelers football is DVE.
It's what is often called the final dress rehearsal, with the difference being that the actor or actress who's in a true final dress rehearsal is assured of an upcoming performance, while nearly a quarter of the players who will take the field at Highmark Stadium tonight will be unemployed come Monday. I'm Rob King, joined by Max Starks, Willie Colon. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. Countdown to kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, official pizza of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. Officially delicious. Max, the reality is that as the Steelers get ready to take on the Bills in the third and final game of the preseason, jobs, gainful employment, NFL dreams, all of these things are on the line tonight.
It is a lot of dreams will come true, and a lot of dreams will be dashed tonight. You think over this weekend, after this game, we're the first ones to actually end our preseason officially. You'll flood about 1,100 guys into free agency that will be waived or cut from their respective teams. And then, of course, the mad dash to put those 15 practice squad guys on your roster, make sure they clear waivers, and what's your waiver priority, all these other kind of crazy things. It's going to start happening, and this is the one last chance to put a good foot forward on tape, because you're auditioning for all 32 teams. Your team that you're wearing the current jersey of, plus 31 others scouring to see if you have potential to fit their roster. So a lot is still at stake tonight.
Max Ahanature will not be one of those 1,100 backs. He's the Steelers' first-round draft choice. Right tackle returned to practice after missing, some 2.5 weeks or so, was injured in training camp. What do you expect to see from him tonight here? Because the right tackle position for the Steelers appears to be unsettled heading into this final preseason game.
Yeah, wide open, I think, is the key word that we're going to use for that one. It is wide open and is waiting for someone to take the reins here. So for Max Ahanature, I expect him to play a lot tonight, and I expect him to come out there. He's going to be nervous. So we already know that's going to be the starting MO. But how does he settle down? How does he get into a motion and a flow? And can he show enough in one preseason game to feel comfortable about him being a week one starter against the Falcons?
So you know what a lot of fans are saying right now? What about the quarterbacks? You haven't talked about the quarterbacks yet. Okay, let me give you some statistics here, because we know that Drew Aller last week and Will Howard weren't the same as they were in week one. 8 of 15, 86 yards, sacked, threw a pick six. That's Fernando Mendoza, the number one overall pick in the draft. That's correct. Not Will Howard. and Drew Aller. So we have to take some of this with a grain of salt, is what I'm saying here, Max. What are you expecting to see from these guys tonight?
I was actually seeing cleaner production from them, crisper passes. I saw them kind of hesitating and waiting and trying to get through the progression, double pumping. I expect them to come out, be a lot more crisp, a lot quicker on their decision making, because when they delay, they saw what the negative result is. It was a sack or it was interceptions that was thrown. So you've got to be efficient, but it also falls on your offensive line. Give them a clean pocket. Let them give them something to work with. They're young guys trying to process it all, but I really do expect them to be cleaner and faster tonight.
Aller, in particular, was under great duress last week against the Jets. And let's just say this. This has been a lot of talk. It's been a great topic. It's been a fun topic. With any luck at all, we won't see these guys until next year out on the field again.
That's the goal.
So who are then a couple of players you're keeping an eye on, whether it's battling for a starting position, battling for a roster spot, maybe even battling for a spot to be on the practice squad?
All right, so I got a list of guys.
Let's hit it.
All right, Robert Spears-Jennings, first off the charts. I'm looking for him tonight. I'm looking for Rayshawn Jenkins as well to continue, because I think he has a realistic shot at making this team. I'm looking to see what Dalen Everett can provide off the edge as a young guy to make it tougher at that position. Y.A. Black, I still need him. If you're going to be a starter, show me you're a starter and play big boy snaps. He's going to be dressed tonight. I'm also looking at Dylan Cook and Broderick Jones. That swing tackle and right tackle job's there. We know Iheanacho is on the roster, but really I think it comes down to those two guys and what they can prove on this team. And then I'm looking at Lou Nichols and Travis Homer. Who's going to take the third running back spot tonight? Because we're still unsettled about that. And I don't think, what we've seen from Caleb Johnson just looks like he's further behind those other two. So those are the first two I'm looking for in that crew. And then I want to see better play from the quarterbacks to know who's going to be emergency third and who's going to be a guy, if they're going to keep 4 on the roster or not.
Yep. So just quickly, other than health, what does Mike McCarthy want to see? Just clean football here tonight?
Clean decision-making, eliminate the penalties, and also not have as many mental errors, or MEs as we call them in the game. Show that everybody knows where to go, lining up, and not looking confused.
Beautiful Highmark Stadium, brand new here.
This is shiny, brand new.
It is shiny. It actually smells new.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we walked in, I was like, oh, wow.
It smells like a new car.
Yeah.
All right, this is Rob King with Max Starks. That concludes tonight's pregame show. Kickoff is next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Your radio home for Steelers football and Randy Baumann Mornings is 102.5 WDVE. Pittsburgh.
At Robert Pearson Associates, they know every client matters too. For over 45 years, this family-owned firm has helped friends and neighbors across our area get the justice they deserve. If you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, their experienced personal injury team is ready to fight for you. With 3 generations of legal expertise, Robert Pearson Associates handles all the costs of your case. No fees unless you win. Call today for a free no-obligation consultation or visit piercelaw.com.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power. And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection, keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey, Chad Tyson, I got the latest Steelers news. Plus, I kick off every show with a commercial-free rock block, and we hook up deep cut requests and a reloaded cut from the morning show. Afternoons on WDVE,
Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Bordis and Bordis, fighting for justice. Bridges Hospice, your choice, our privilege. Coming soon to the Mon Valley. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. First National Bank. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB, member FDIC, your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Need tires? Flynn's will get you in today. Gateway Clippers Shuttle Service. The best way to a Steelers game. Kirkin Roofing. Call the Pickle. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Find food, volunteer, or donate at pittsburghfoodbank.org. Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. Haas's Steak and Sea House. Haas's is hospitality. And by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
This legal disclaimer is brought to you by the law firm of Bordis & Bordis, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the National Football League and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of the National Football League or the Pittsburgh Steelers is prohibited.
And welcome back to Highmark Stadium. Tonight's coin toss is sponsored by Baird, financial guidance for your life right here in Pittsburgh. Visit rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh. Steelers in their gold pants and white jerseys. They have different captains out there today. Y.A. Black, Max Hurleman is out there.
Good afternoon,
Jack
captains.
Sawyer. Here's Craig Rolstad.
NFL coin. The NFL shield is heads. The red, white, and blue side is tails. Pittsburgh, it's your call. What's your call? Tails. Called tails. It is heads. Buffalo's won the toss. They would like the ball. Which way you want to kick? Switch sides, please. Buffalo has won the toss and will receive. Best of luck, captains.
And so Buffalo in their blue with white and red trim will be moving left to right in front of us. Third member of our broadcast team is Willie Colon. Willie, what are you hoping to see out of the Steelers defense here to begin this game?
Yeah, Rob, just start fast. I thought last week against the Jets, one of the things that was surprising is that they kind of eked off the bus. I thought the Jets came out hungry and fast and ready to rumble. This Steeler defense has to set the tone early because, as we know, this is one of those games where you want to pop off the tape and you want to leave the field realizing two things. One, I gave it all I got, and I earned my coach's trust. These guys are going to have to do this right now. It has to start right out the gate.
Yeah, thanks very much. And so much of that is, first of all, I totally agree about the defense. You'd like to come out and make a statement. They haven't. They've given up points in both their opening drives. But we also know jobs are maybe just being a phone call away. If you're not on the practice squad, can I trust you in big situations? A lot of this stuff is going to be proven out here on the field tonight.
It is. And you're fighting for the bottom of that roster. You're fighting for the 15 practice squad spots. So people saying that, oh, these don't matter, they do. And also, this could very well be the last opportunities that a lot of these guys have to realize their dream in the NFL. So I hope to see a lot of intensity, a lot of fire out of these guys, and especially with the defense. Go stop them. Do a 3-and-out and get off the field early and set a statement and a tone for this game.
Chris Boswell now flipping the ball end over end, and referee is circling the arm, so we're ready to go. Boswell places the ball on the tee, steps back a few steps, and here's the boot, and it is going to be taken by McCole Hartman at his 2-yard line right in the middle of the field, heading up the left hash, now angling to the right, and he is going to be ridden down after a gain out to the 26-yard line, and that's where the Buffalo Bills will take over with quarterback Shane Buechele, and he's the son of Steve Buechele, former Major League player who spent some time with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
So he might actually have a strong arm, right? You're saying that's in the DNA?
I would think that could be in the DNA. So no Josh Allen, not expecting to see Kyle Allen tonight either. They come out with a fullback I formation, Sumerin. Now Sumerin motions over to the left. Buechele is under center. Frank Gore Jr., the lone setback. Now motioning is Sumerin to the right. The pitch goes that way, and a short gain as blasting through is a Landon Roberts to stop Gore pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
And so, it's funny. I was talking with the Bills color analyst, Eric Wood, longtime offensive lineman for the Bills, and he was like, man, you guys signed E-Rob. He's like, man, I hate it when they brought him to the Patriots. I was like, I got to see this guy two times a year, and he is a missile. He wants to hurt you, and right there, E-Rob doing E-Rob type of things.
Skylar Bell, rookie 4th rounder, finally healthy enough to get some action. Motions out to the right, empty set, quick throw to the left. It's to Hardman. Hardman slithers through a hole, gets hit hard and dropped, and there's your guy, Robert Spears-Jennings, flying up to make that hit.
2 hammers. They found some nails. I mean, both of Landon Roberts and Robert Spears-Jennings. This is what I want to see, because for Robert Spears-Jennings, you're fighting for that 4th safety spot. You're fighting as a rookie to make it into the rotation and get onto this 53-man roster. So it is a very big game for him.
Opening drive, 3rd and 7, 13:50 and counting here remaining in this first quarter. As Buechele flexes the hands, now settles back into the shotgun, will bring Hardman in motion left to right. As Gore to his right in the shotgun. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, steps up, throws to the right, and it is complete. And it is Sherfield who makes the catch. Trent Sherfield. Danico Slaughter makes the stop, but an 11-yard pickup out close to the 40-yard line, and a first down for the Bills.
And Trent Sherfield finding an open spot in the zone coverage, just sits down beyond the sticks outside of the numbers, and Danico Slaughter playing that quarter zone coverage, he just comes underneath and gave him a little bit too much cushion there. Felt he could have played him a little more press, knowing where the sticks were.
Tightly bunched formation here with Gore to the left of Buechele in the shotgun. One receiver split out to the right. Buechele gets a snap, wants to throw it, looking left, fires in that direction as a man wide open, and it is Jamori Macklin, the cousin of Jeremy Macklin, and he's got another first down into Steelers territory. 12-yard pickup down to the 49 of Pittsburgh.
And that was tough, beating Boykin man-to-man in that one. Just got lost on the inside edge as Macklin made the out cut, and he was wide open, and Boykin has to do a better job of sinking into that. Can't play and try and jump the first look that the quarterback gives him.
Buechele under center. He's 3 for 3, 24 yards. Bell motioning right and now stops right behind the tight end. Here's the snap and the play action pass. Buechele rolling out to the right, looking, being chased, and has to throw it away. And it is Robert Spears-Jennings once again on the blitz, and he forced the errant throw.
Robert, I'm here to Spears-Jennings. I mean, that's literally what he does. Hot pursuit on Buechele. And if he held it a second longer, he might have been lunch meat. So good job of Buechele getting it out. But Robert Spears-Jennings putting the pressure on him on that quarter rollout and really forcing the issue.
I formation here. Gore behind Sumerman in the fullback position. Actually, that's Zylstra, who now motions out to an H-back position to the right. Buechele taps both sides of his helmet. Eligibles do the same. Settles back under center. Gets the snap. Play action pass. Straight back. And steps up and lofts for Bell. Had him wide open, crossing left to right, and threw it over his head. It's incomplete, and it will be 3rd and 10.
Thank goodness for the overthrow, because he was wide open. There was only green grass and opportunity there, and Buechele just sailed it just a little bit too far right. It was a crossing route, lost the DB in the sauce, and it was a beautiful route ran, but thank goodness we're not talking about a touchdown.
Think about those goal line picks we see. That was a pick some 12, 14 yards downfield, effective to get him open. 7th play of the drive, as the Bills now converted on 3rd and 6 to pick up a first down, now facing a 3rd and 10. The Steelers 49. Steelers bringing pressure. Buechele gets a snap back, throws it, and it is complete. And it is his tight end, Latu, and Latu finally taken down by Holcomb, shrugged off one tackle, got down to the 32, 17-yard pickup, and another first down conversion for the Bills.
Yeah, Kaleki Latu was a good player on that one. He had Cole Holcomb in a man situation, and Latu is an athlete, and he played through the arm tackle and then made some extra yardage up. Good play by him, but sloppy tackling by the Steelers.
Broken out of the right. Gore remains the running back. Van Sumeren to the right. And the handoff goes to the left to Gore, and then he cuts back to the right, taken down by Boykin, who met him at the 30-yard line, pickup of 2.
And Landon Roberts, on that wraparound block, he blew up the lead blocker that forced Frank Gore to bounce it, because he was trying to go right behind that guy, and that stood him up just enough for Boykin to come in and finish him off for the minimal gain.
So 2nd and 8, under 11:20 remaining in this first quarter on the opening drive of the game. Final preseason game of 2026 between the Bills and the Steelers, as Gore now will motion back in a pistol formation. Buechele fakes to him, back to pass, fires over the middle of the field, has a man wide open again, and it's complete down to the 15 and all the way down to the 14-yard line to Skylar Bell. So the rookie 4th rounder has a reception, and it's another first down for the Bills.
And this is tough. Steelers trying to do more man coverages, and right now, guys are not getting the switch offs, and Shane Buechele's finding those open spots. I mean, he had 4 guys in front of him. He creeps right in front of all 4 of those guys to make the completion, busts through the first tackle, and gets a little bit of extra yardage. So Steelers got to tighten up.
4th play of 10 or more yards as we approach the 10.5-minute mark. Buechele changing at the line of scrimmage, settles back under center, power to the left of this formation, pitch goes to Gore in that direction, bottled up and taken down. Y.A. Black and a Landon Roberts there for a loss of a yard on the stop for the Steelers.
Hammer I am. E. Roberts. Landon Roberts. It's not MC Hammer song, it's a Landon Roberts song. He has absolutely been blowing everything up in the A gaps. And, to see Y.A. Black in there, I thought a great job on that outside zone, splitting between the double team and making a play in the backfield. But here's the thing, you got to back it up. You have a great first down play. Where's the second and third down plays to really halt this offense? That's what we're going to have to see. I need to see a pass rush generated.
2nd and 11, and Buechele fires out to the right, bobbled and dropped by McCole Hardman. That has been a big issue for Hardman trying to make this Bills team. He was open in the right flat, tried to run before he caught it and dropped it.
And that's the reason why he's no longer a Kansas City Chief, because of that very same reason. Questionable hands on easy plays, and he's visibly showing he's upset, pumping his fist and upset because he knew he had an easy one on that play. But once again, that's why he's now on another team.
12th play of the drive, Ian Wheeler is checked in. He is to the left of Buechele in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Steelers showing pressure. They have 6 men at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring all 6. Buechele gets it, lofts right, looking for Bell. Corner of the end zone, well covered and incomplete. And so that was Brandon Eccles with that excellent coverage in the right corner of the end zone. And the Bills will send out Tyler Bass to attempt the field goal.
And good to see Brandon Eccles back in action, been injured most of this preseason. So good to see him in this last game, and that's what he does. That's why he's your nickel, because he's able to take those guys off the slot, and especially in short field situations, really deny the wide receiver from making a clean catch.
And we're going to see some of these veterans from both teams who just have not gotten a lot of preseason action. The ball is set here on the left hash. Bass, 33-yard attempt, snap good, hold good, kick up, and the kick is good. At the 9:33 mark of the first quarter from Highmark Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score: the Bills 3, the Steelers nothing.
He goes for it, and he's got it. That's another legendary play for Pittsburgh. Perfectly displays the precision and performance that this team is a pro at delivering.
A team like that needs a lineup of vehicles that can match their energy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's why Pittsburgh teams back Ford trucks.
This roster's made for the City of Champions and delivers MVP-level performance every time.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store and find your star player today.
Looking for health insurance for employees in multiple locations? UPMC Health Plan National Access has you covered. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network for employees outside of the service area. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Edgar Snyder and Associates knows that accidents don't take the weekend off. Accidents don't respect business hours. They don't wait until Monday. And neither does Edgar Snyder and Associates. If you're hurt in an accident, day or night, weekday or weekend, you can give them a call. They're available 24/7. Don't wait. Contact Edgar Snyder and Associates for a free, no-strings-attached consultation. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR or visit edgarsnyder.com.
I'm Kim Fleming, Vice Chair at Baird. Like the Steelers, we're proud to call Pittsburgh home. Our roots here go back to 1948 when Heffron Tillotson began serving this community. Today, as Baird, we continue that legacy, helping Pittsburgh families navigate everything from retirement planning to trust and investment services. It's a personalized approach backed by a global employee-owned firm. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
13 plays, 59 yards, took 5:27. The Tyler Bass 33-yard field goal has put the Bills on the board. Willie Colon, not what we wanted to see with that defense on the opening drive. What are you looking for now as the Steelers are ready to get the ball for the first time?
Well, all eyes will be on rookie right tackle Max Ahanature. This will be his first game. It's been well documented how he's been doing through the preseason, obviously dealing with the neck injury. He's shooting and his feet will be in cleats on this lineup. I expect him to come out and show competency. Can he be physical? Can he be aggressive? And can he just let it fly? This is a wide open job to win at the right tackle position between him, Dylan Cook, and Broderick Jones. He has an opportunity to show up and show out and earn the spot tonight. Hopefully he plays well. Also, look out for Lou Nichols. I'm a big Lou Nichols guy right now. I want to see him light it up in this game as well.
All right, thank you very much, Max. Heidenreich on the kickoff return gets it out to the 31-yard line, and that is where the Steelers will have their first possession. Will Howard is at the quarterback position, and I'm trying to see if I can see who's at right tackle.
So right tackle, it looks like Dylan Cook and Broderick Jones are out at tackles to start the series. Dylan's at left, Broderick is at right for this first series, along with Brock Hoffman, Spencer Anderson, and it looks like Doug Nestor.
And Lou Nichols in at the running back position is Bernard. Motions right to left. Howard in the shotgun gets a snap. Back to pass, looking left. Now comes back to the right, under duress. Down he goes. A blitz coming right up from the middle of the field, and it was Keontae Jenkins who dropped him all the way back at the 22-yard line. A loss of 9 in that first down play.
And this play, as you kind of break it down, it was a saw dog right up the middle, and they brought it right in the middle of it. They got some pressure on the outside, split the offensive line, and came right up the gut. Not what you want to see at the beginning of this. Offensive line has to do a better job of passing off and communicating, expecting the blitz. You want that guy to come off the edge, not the middle.
So 2nd and 19. Howard remains in the shotgun. Riley Nowakowski is the H-back to the right. Howard gets a snap back, looking, throws underneath. It's complete to Nowakowski, who has the ball in the right flat at about the 28-yard line, stopped almost immediately. A short pickup of about 5 will bring up 3rd and 13, or so they're going to call it 3rd and 12, so give him 7 yards in the pickup.
Yeah, get some of that yardage back. And the big thing here is you put yourself behind the sticks. A 9-yard loss you can't accept on the first play of the game. You've got to get some yardage back, and so now you're in a position where you're playing 3rd and long. This team can pin their ears back, and you see the guys standing up, raring to go ahead and go forward from the defensive line perspective. 3 receivers to the left for Howard. Gets a snap. Bills bring forward to draw a handoff. It's Nichols, heads straight up the middle of the field and gets out to the 38-yard line. That'll be 3 yards short of a first down, so it's 4th and 3 here, and out comes the punting unit, so a 3 and out for the Steelers. Not what you wanted to see for the starting drive, especially when you saw the opposing offense drive down the field, convert on 3rd downs, and keep their momentum going for the Steelers. This is why you can't have early penalties and you can't have sacks early in the drive, because it messes you up and puts you behind the sticks. Ray Davis back to receive this punt. Davis, a reserve running back for the Bills, is trying to earn, of course, a Pro Bowl kickoff returner, trying to earn the punt returning job as well. End-over-end kick. Drives him back to his 11-yard line, near side of the field, lost the football, and recovered by Eccles at the 12-yard line. Well, trying to earn the punt return job, but that 51-yard punt went right through his hands. Right through his hands, so therefore no touch contact. That would have been beautiful had he touched it and it bounced up, able to turn it into a touchdown. But no, I think it did. It's a muff, and so the Steelers have the ball. The Steelers have the football here. It's a muff. Oh, it is a football. Yeah, okay, it hit him. Like he didn't, and he stopped, so I was like, I didn't know what there was. So this is
the ruling on the field. Is the ball was touched by Buffalo, recovered by Pittsburgh, first down Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so that was a straight-up muff.
Okay, so he did muff it. All right. I couldn't tell at first because I didn't see the replay to know. I thought it was just a down punt the way it was. Okay, so listen, the most fortunate thing, big 51-yard play for the Steelers on offense. Does that count on offense?
Well, we'll take it. The Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball to the 13-yard line, set up on the left hash, 7:16 remaining in the first quarter. And so the Steelers, after going 3 and out, have the ball thanks to the muff by Davis. Lou Nichols in the I formation behind Nowakowski. Howard under center, throws out to the right. It's Bernard. Bernard, a stiff arm, evades a tackler, and Jeremy Bernard is in for a touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers, 1 play, 13 yards, and the Steelers are on the board.
And we've already exercised the demons of last week with that And Jeremy Bernard, this is where his value is. You don't get to see this in practice because they don't tackle to the ground, but his physicality at the point when he has the ball in his hands is a differentiator. We saw it in the first game against the Packers, and he just continues to show his strength and physicality of being able to take on would-be tacklers and blow through those and get additional yardage.
And that was Maxwell Hairston, their starting cornerback, who's one of those guys, veterans we talked about, getting time because he hasn't been healthy in camp. And Bernard shrugged him off and went 13 yards for the score. Extra point by Boswell is good. The Steelers have just scored from the Heinz Red Zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 7:10 remains first quarter with the score, the Steelers 7, the Bills 3. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Ghost Towns, the new album, Justified, out now. Get Justified now, featuring the new songs, Justified and Something Wicked. Ghost Towns blends Southern rock, blues, country, and Americana into a powerful, roots-driven sound. Known for their high-energy live performances, the band has toured with legends like the Rolling Stones, ZZ Top, and Garth Brooks, building a reputation as one of today's top rising American rock acts. Get Justified now, anywhere you get your music. Ghost Towns, on tour soon. Stay tuned.
Great googly moogly. This one's got heart. Rob King here for Caliente Pizza and Draft House. Try Caliente's new Wolfley 73 Pizza, a bold pizza built in honor of Steelers legend Craig Wolfley. The Wolfley 73 is loaded with pepperoni, meatballs, hot honey, Parmesan cheese, and a whole lot of Pittsburgh pride. 73% of every Wolfley 73 sale goes to Light of Life Rescue Mission. Order one today, online or at all 8 Caliente locations. Caliente, the official pizza of WDBE. Eat good, do good, just like Craig.
Every winning team needs a flexible game plan. That's why we built the FNB e-store, where you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions with one easy application. Whether you're on the road, banking on your phone, or prefer to visit a branch, the FNB e-store helps you make the right call. Your call. Can your bank do that? Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm John Henney.
And I'm Dara Henney.
On behalf of all of us at Henney Jewelers, we invite you to become one of our cherished Henney couples.
Our friendly, no-pressure team can help you find or create the perfect engagement ring.
We personally handpick every diamond to give you the highest quality and the best value you'll find anywhere.
Complete with Henney's Hallmark customer service. We can't wait to welcome you to our newly renovated store on Walnut Street in Shadyside. For information and appointments, visit HenneyJewelers.com or follow us on social.
Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
Your radio home for Steelers football is DVE.
At Highmark Stadium, the Steelers up 7-3 after a quick one-play drive, 13-yard touchdown pass from Will Howard to Jeremy Bernard. The Ray Davis muffed punt was the Northwest switch of possession play. Listen to Michelle Michaels tomorrow for the cue to call in. Tell her the Northwest switch of possession play and win $100. That's a Visa gift card courtesy of Northwest Bank, the team that brings you expert advice right in your neighborhood. Go to northwest.com. Northwest Bank for what's next. Here is the boot by Boswell, taken by Hardman near side of the field at the 5-yard line. Heads up the numbers, heads towards the sideline, spins through a tackle, and gets out to about the 32-yard line before Ben Skoranek makes a stop. A 27-yard return, and the Bills will have their second possession of the game.
All right, Rob, Will, aggression. I need to see it come from more than two guys. I don't need to see 50 and 28. I need to see other numbers get in on the action, get in on the violence that's supposed to be this stellar defense. Need them to step up to the occasion, because that last drive they just gave up too much and allowed them to matriculate the football down the field.
And we're seeing some substitutions already. Otomewo is out there. Skoranek slow to get off the field, and that is not what you want to see if you're the Steelers.
No, you don't.
Special teams All-Pro from a year ago is walking under his own power, but has an arm around his waist and is being escorted off.
Yep, head trainer Gabe out there, and looks like he's getting a walk, and that walk doesn't look like it's stopping on the sidelines. Okay, he's starting to slow down now. Good.
Yep. Well, headed toward the Steelers locker room though.
Yep,
going right there.
New stadium, forget where that's at.
Yeah, Buechele under center, and he has Frank Gore Jr. as the lone setback. Motion man left to right. Buechele gets a snap, gives to
Gore bounces it out to the right side, gets around the corner, flags come flying, and he's edged out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Robert Spears-Jennings, but it looks like this will come back with a hold. Just collapse that right side.
Yeah, there was too green of grass there for Frank Gore Jr.
Offense, number 89. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
And that's the wide receiver, Stephen Gosnell, who is the guilty party.
Well, on that one, he was holding it inside out, and Gore, this is always the worry, right? Because the cutback lane is technically off the butt of the right tackle when he's going to cut back on that one. He cuts outside of the wide receiver, so therefore sometimes you get caught because you can't see what's behind you, and when it bounces to the outside like that, it makes it tough for those guys to adjust.
So 1st and 20, 6:40 and counting remaining here in this first quarter. Buechele in the shotgun has Gore to his right. Gets a snap, back, pumps to the left, comes back to the right, and Gore bobbling and hit immediately by Cole Holcomb. He was able to catch the ball. Probably should have dropped it because he wound up losing several yards. If that play had taken a split second longer, Holcomb would have caught that ball.
Yeah, Holcomb almost got there. He picked him up really quick. He saw Frank Gore Jr. turn on the outside for that little quick screen, and Cole Holcomb was on him like flypaper.
Instinct to catch it, I guess, but they're going to say no gain with the ball back at the 18-yard line. So 2nd and 20 from there. 6 minutes remaining, first quarter, as Bell motions right to left. Buechele gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, steps up, duress, throws out to the right. It's complete, but Cole Holcomb makes the stop immediately. That was Gore on the reception at the 21-yard line, but slung backward by Carson Bruner.
And boy, I love the job that Jack Sawyer did collapsing the right side of that offensive line and forcing a bad arm angle for Buechele. That's why he couldn't throw it as cleanly, and Frank Gore had to go up in the air and high point it. That's what allowed enough time for Carson Bruner to get to him and make the play. So a great job on pressure by the defensive line and the outside linebacker.
So 3rd and 21. Now it's a short game. The previous play was actually a loss of yardage. They listed it as 3rd and 20, but it's now 3rd and 21. Buechele back to pass, pump fakes, and down he goes. He is sacked, swirled down by Kevin Jobity. Great job by Kevin Jobity to come in and pick up the sack back inside the 15-yard line, a loss of 7.
And Kevin Jobity working on, it looked like it was the right guard for the Bills. I'm seeing number 77 for them, Chase Lunt, actually the right tackle, playing at the guard position. Did an inside swim move and just absolutely destroyed Shane Buechele. Great job there by the defense to turn this series around and get a quick 4 and out with the penalty, and ball back in the Steelers' hands.
Here's the punt by Wisnowski, and not a good kick. He's in a punter battle. It lands at the 45, drives Weegan back to his 35, sprints out to the right looking for somewhere to go. Hesitation move, and he is being strung out, and he will be dropped at the 33-yard line. So no gain on that kick. It was so bad, the kick actually turned out to be profitable for the Bills, bouncing forward a 51-yarder, and we have a flag on the play. Officials talking.
And now people coming on the field, water teams.
Yep.
I don't see anything discussed.
No.
We're going to call it. Once again, the referees are
illegal formation. Kicking team. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 4th down.
So they will bring it back, and this usually is good news for the return team.
It is, because legs are a little bit dead. Our good friend Tunchilkin used to always talk about this, right? You want the penalty on special teams, and you want to make them re-kick it. Instead of taking the 5 yards at the end of the kick, make them re-kick it because it leaves more room for a better return. Now, for Wisniewski, who had a very bad kick, maybe this gives him a chance to hit a better kick, but at the same time, that probably give Caden Weegan a better opportunity for the return.
Yeah, it was a 51-yard punt, but, I mean, it landed.
It looked so bad.
Yeah, it landed about 33 yards from where he kicked it. But now Weegan will have another opportunity here, and he's going to be standing closer to the Bills from where that ball was actually down. So, again, keep that in mind. You know, they talk about a 5-yard penalty, right? Well, the ball would have been at the 33. So, okay, it's a 5-yard penalty. We talk about penalty yards. Well, let's see how many yards you actually picked up or potentially lost here, too. That's a possibility as well.
Yeah, and Weegan's stationed right there between the 40 and 45, right at the head of the Buffalo Bills logo on the field for us, going left to right.
So Wisnowski back to punt it again. Weegan standing at his own 44. Here's a boot and another one off the side of his kick. This one even worse. And it is going to go out of bounds in Bills territory, just off the side of the foot of the veteran, marching down the field, waiting to see where this is going to be spotted.
Well, that net gain is definitely a lot better, Rob.
It's going to be spotted. It looks like right around the 37-yard line to the Bills.
My goodness.
So that winds up being a 30-yard, 5-yard penalty.
That is a beautiful job there on the re-kick. Great job by the squad to recall that. And you thought was...
Oh, my. They're marching it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
That was a 19-yard punt. They initially had it at the 37. Now they've moved it to the 28-yard line. Set up on the left hash, and the Steelers in business at the 4:13 mark of this opening quarter. A 49-yard difference after that 5-yard penalty. Howard in the shotgun. Gives to Nichols off the left side. Spins, heads up the middle of the field, and gets down to the 21-yard line. So good solid pickup of 7 yards for Lou Nichols on first down.
That was a nice hard run right up the B gap and just stayed right on the track. Good job by Ryan McCollum snapping off on the double team with Doug Nestor and working up to the second level. Lou Nichols just stayed right on the track and had a great run. Positive yards. This is what you want on first down. You want to get 4 to 5 yards per play, and right there they notched 7.
2nd and 3. Nichols straight up the middle, and Nichols picks up a first down. Oh, man. The right side of that offensive line demolished the Bills. The play went a little bit kind of like off left side, but Jennings Dunker out there and Broderick Jones, they just collapsed the Bills' defensive line. There's the Steelers pick up, they're going to say just short of a first down.
Oh, where are they marking that?
I don't understand how that's not a first down.
Yeah, I don't either. They're going for virtual measurement.
Preseason.
Yeah, gotta get the old virtual measurement out there.
I mean, the eye test tells you he's got it by at least a foot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, the little marker thing's behind the tick mark.
Right.
The ball is beyond the tick mark.
Yes.
Says first down.
Right. Yep, I would think so. Now here we come. Here's the measurement. And it is a first down by, guess what?
First down.
The length of a football. Mac.
Yeah, a whole football, right? And we burned that from all the way up here.
Clearly, they just wanted to work out the system. The Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Howard in the shotgun. Brings Lake McCree in motion left to right, sets up as an H-back position there. Howard gets a snap, back looking left, now comes back to the right, throws out to the right flat. It's complete to Lou Nichols, sprints up the right sideline, cuts inside the 10-yard line, and bang down as he gets to the 5. A 13-yard pickup and another Steelers first down.
What can Lou do for you? I mean, 3 straight plays, 2 first downs, 20-plus yards on it, and he did it both on the ground, 2 consecutive rush plays, and now a swing pass out to the right side in the flat. And, man, when you're talking about for that third running back position, Lou Nichols showing you early that he wants that job, and he's playing like it.
Ball set at the right hash, 1st and goal from the 5. Howard gets a snap back, looking left, fires towards the back of the end zone, over the head of Jeremy Bernard. Didn't look like Bernard really picked it up, but might have been overthrown anyway. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, looked to be overthrown, and Jeremy Bernard battling with the defensive back on that one and couldn't really get a good read on it. The man in coverage for the Bills,
Pride, yeah.
Toriano Pride, the rookie, is also trying to fight for a spot on this roster as well, with the Bills secondary kind of being under question and not really being settled for the Bills side.
Here's the handoff to Nichols. No, I beg your pardon. It's a RPO, and it is hurtling through the air. McCree is in for the touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown, so play action pass. I thought it went to Nichols. Instead, it goes to McCree. 5-yard touchdown and back-to-back touchdown drives for the Steelers.
And I will say this, it fooled the crashing outside linebacker as well, because he went and tackled Lou Nichols, which allowed a great play fake by Will Howard to pull that from underneath the chest. Little dump off to Lake McCree, and he dives into the end zone about 2 yards out to make the play.
And Boswell on to try the extra point. 2 very quick touchdowns for the Steelers. Boswell's extra point is up. It is good at the 2:20 mark of the first quarter. The Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. Oh, wait a minute. We got a flag coming up, and Broderick Jones, I think, thinks he may have drawn a penalty.
Somebody drew a penalty. I saw somebody hit the ground, and I'm not sure who that was.
Well, we're going to get the call here. The officials talking while they are will let you know that the Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's Craig Rolstad.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Buffalo number 90. That's a 15-yard penalty that will be assessed on the kickoff. Timeout.
That is Dwayne Carter, the guilty party. From Highmark Stadium, Steelers football with 2:20 left in the first quarter continues to the score. The Steelers 14, the Bills 3.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrissure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
Fall in Western PA means two things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
Gig speed internet from Armstrong is the future of the internet, backed by a lifetime of innovation. We're continually investing and upgrading to give you our fastest speeds ever. Ultra streaming, ultra gaming, ultra everything. A fiber network built and maintained by the people who call it home. Fiber fast, future ready. Decades of experience, today's technology. Armstrong, keeping you connected. Get gig speed internet at armstrongfiber.com.
When it comes to your next home project, make the winning call with CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. Their all-star team helps you save time and money with delivery right to your job site. Plus, you can put points on the board with Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex, and TimberTech Decking, and much more. You got everything you need under one roof to drive your project into the red zone, and they're even open Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon.
Stop on down or get delivery at CGR Wholesale.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DBE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDBE, Pittsburgh.
2:20 remains here in the first quarter. The Steelers up 14-3. A 5-play, 28-yard drive took a minute 53 and was set up by the McCree touchdown, 5-yarder, or was set up by the muff punt, and McCree with the touchdown. And Chris Boswell just takes that ball and boots it through the back of the end zone. So you're wondering why he might do that, right? Well, this is something we learned last year. I'm not sure everybody knows this rule, but it's not. The ball's not marked at the 35-yard line. It's marked from where the ball was kicked. So it's 35 yards from where the ball was kicked off. So that means the ball is going to be set at the 20, not the 35, because of that 15-yard penalty.
Which is an old play where we used to see the ball kicked off on kickoffs where it'd be spotted for a touchback.
So Wheeler is the running back here behind Buechele. Motion man is Bell. Handoff off the right side, and Wheeler bangs through for about 4 yards before Boykin knocks him down. Let's go downstairs to Willie Colon for more on that Steelers' brief touchdown drive.
Steelers starting right tackle for this game. Broderick Jones took a lot of criticism last week about his shaky performance versus the Jets. That's not the case tonight. Playing right tackle, he looks sound, footwork, punching, aggressive. If he's coming off the ball, him and Dunker Jennings, his right guard, they look like the Nasty Boys from old WWF days, man. These guys are getting after it, man. You talk about being able to handle the criticism and popping up on tape. Broderick Jones has done a hell of a job that last drive, and that was one of the reasons why the Steelers were able to punch it in.
Willie, thank you very much. Buechele Bushell back, throws it to Wheeler in the left flat, steps out of a tackle, and gets out to the 31 before he's knocked out of bounds by Boykin. Quick question for both you guys, because Mike McCarthy said, first of all, Willie, Max, I'll start with you, then Willie. Look, Broderick Jones, we know he's coming off the injury. He didn't mention the injury. He just said, look, he's making progress. He's got new coaching, new footwork, new different things. Can that make a difference for an offensive lineman? First of all, the injury, hasn't played in a while, but secondly, just the different coaching he's getting. Hang on that answer. Let's get this play, because I'd like to hear from both you and Willie about that. Tonight's first half sideline reports are brought to you by Howard Hanna. Win big with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, a proud real estate partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Short gain on that play, so Max.
I think it does make a difference. I mean, as a guy who also had a similar neck injury that Broderick had and coming back and playing, you're a little unsure about yourself. You're going to question yourself. You're going to have anxiety going into a game-by-game situation. And I think for Broderick, it's still relearning. But like Willie said, I mean, he had a hell of a last drive. So I think he's starting to feel that confidence come back into his system.
Bushell under center, now gesturing out with his right hand, gets back under center, brings Macklin in motion, gets a snap. Here comes pressure, and down he goes. He is sacked back at the 25-yard line, and that is Julius Welshoff with the sack. Great to see that. Willie, I just wanted you to weigh in on that really quick about the different coaches and how much, and can that affect an offensive lineman?
Yeah, 100%. I think we just have to give Broderick some grace. You got to understand, he played left tackle at Georgia. He comes to the Steelers. Furtado goes down. He's at right tackle. Then Furtado comes back. He's playing right tackle. Then he's pushed over to left tackle. And now that Troy is back at left tackle, he's over at the right side. That's a lot of back and forth. And he hasn't played a lot of right tackle. And so when you look at the genesis of his production, he's been able to kind of just figure it out on the fly. And I think right now, especially in this game in particular, he looks a lot more comfortable. And Max is right. It's about being confident from the neck up, seeing it, believing in it, and then just attacking it. He's done a hell of a job thus far in this game.
Willie, thanks very much. Time to make the switch to the second quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking. It lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank, for what's next, member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Steelers 14, the Bills 3. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers. Attention football fans. On the field, it's important to keep your senses alert for any opportunity to strike. And those same senses could save your life at home. Remember the 3 senses of safety. Sight, if you see bubbling water or an out-of-place dead patch of grass. Sound, or you hear hissing. And smell, that rotten egg-like odor. Any of these signs means you could have a gas leak. Leave the area and call 911 immediately. Stay safe. A message from People's Natural Gas, proud partners of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Opening play, second quarter, Highmark Stadium. Bills moving right to left in front of us at 3rd and 14 from their own 26-yard line. Bushell, as the quarterback, has Frank Gore Jr. to his left, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, thrown out quickly to the right, a wide receiver screen, and the Steelers able to close that down. It was a Skyler Bell, and it was Boykin who made the stop, and so the Bills will be punting it away. In case you're just joining us, the Bills took their opening drive, marched down the field, got a Tyler Bass 33-yard field goal. After the Steelers went 3 and out, a muffed punt gave them the ball at the Bills' 13-yard line. Quick one-play strike from Will Howard to Jeremy Bernard. And then after a 19-yard punt on the Bills' next possession, the Steelers with great field position once again get the 5-yard touchdown pass from Howard to Lake McCree. Wisnowski back to punt one more time, and Weegan back to receive. And this punt better, end over end. Weegan near side of the field at his own 19-yard line and tracked down and dropped immediately. 48-yard punt, no return. For the world's most complete selection of Steelers merchandise, visit the official Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at shop.steelers.com.
That coverage unit was all over that play. So Wisniewski, after 2 bad punts in a row, finally gets it together and gives his coverage unit a chance to go down there. Weegan had nowhere to go, so the Steelers will start with their worst field position to start the game inside their own 20-yard line.
And Travis Homer has checked in at the running back position. Nowakowski remains in at fullback. He's in an H-back to the right. Howard under center, play action pass, rolling out to the left and throws. It's deflected, intended for Nowakowski, and incomplete. So I don't know if we've seen the last of Lou Nichols, but Willie Colon, you like what you've seen from him thus far?
Had 47 yards last week against the Jets and was the leading rusher, but he reminds me of me and Max's old running back, Jonathan Dwyer. Big butt, big legs, finisher, runs behind his pads, does a great job of vision. He's a communicator. I love Lou Nichols, man. He got a fan. I'm a fan of his as of right now.
All right, Willie, thank you very much. Howard under center here in the 2nd and 10, throws out quickly to the left. It is complete and dropped immediately is Jaheim Bell in the left flat. No gain on the play. I beg your pardon, that's Brandon Smith. The wide receiver dropped right away, and no gain on the play.
And a tough one indeed. Wasn't quite enough off coverage. It was about a 7-yard cushion, but it got eaten up really quick.
Yeah, that was Igbenogson, the second-round pick. Davidson Igbenogson, I was like,
D.I. I was about to call him D.I. So thank you for that.
Second-round pick, Igbenogson getting some playing time on the far side of the field. They're defensively on this 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. Empty set for Howard. Bills bringing pressure. Throw it wide open as Hurleman on a little slant to the right side of the field. He's out to the 30. It's a 12-yard pickup, and it's a Steelers first down.
And a nice job by Will Howard. Good protection by the offensive line. Allowed to scan left to right. Finds the breaking route. There's a little crosser on the right-hand side. Hurleman playing the outside position, crossing in front of the slot and getting wide open and finding that one spot in the zone, getting down to make sure he got enough for the first down.
It looked like he had the corner stress there. Reed, if he takes the out, he throws a slant. If he takes the slant, he throws the out. And had the slant there for the first down. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Howard. Empty setback, pressure coming, hit as he throws. It's T.J. Parker who got in there and made the hit and forced the incompletion.
And that was a tough one. That was pressure right up the middle as Will Howard was looking back to his right and looked like he got slowed a little bit. Looks like Jennings Dunker got beat on that right side with the swim move, and there was nothing Will Howard could do in that moment just to get the ball out so he didn't take the sack.
Yeah, started a little stun up front. He went to the inside and got past Jennings Dunker. And so now it's a 2nd and 10 with 12:48 remaining here in the second quarter. Steelers moving left to right. Here's a handoff to Homer. Homer bangs off of right guard and finds some room, picks up about 5 yards out to the 35-yard line.
That's a good makeup for that. Like you said, you have a 0 play on first down. You need to at least get half that distance so you get into a third manageable situation. Great job by Travis Homer just putting his head down and just plowing forward right behind Doug Nestor on a counter play to the right-hand side.
And Jennings Dunker gave up the sack. Good block as well there. Howard 6 of 9 for 50 yards and a couple of scores. In the shotgun has Homer to his right. It's a 3rd and 5. 12-10 and counting remaining here in the second quarter. Snap to Howard, back to pass, looking, fires, and it's intercepted, picked off by DeMar Hamlin, who's driven down as he gets to midfield, and that appeared to be a pass to nowhere. Right? Will Howard, some miscommunication. Yeah, you can see him as he's walking off the field, wondering why. I think it was Lake McCree went one way and the ball went the other.
Yeah, Lake McCree made an outcut. Will Howard thought it was going to be an in-cut towards the seam or the post route. He went for the corner route, threw the ball nowhere. DeMar Hamlin, pretty much like fielding a punt, caught it and returned it forward. So a turnover there for the Steelers.
6-yard return. The Bills will have the ball at the Steelers' 49-yard line. When we continue with 11:59 remaining in the second quarter from Highmark Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 14 and the Bills 3.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, well-qualified current Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE or Wrangler 4xE lessees get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S for $299 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease. Extra charge for miles over 22,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Ready for a career that works as hard as you do? U.S. Steel is hiring, and as we invest in the future of American steel making, we're looking for talented people ready to build that future with us. Earn competitive pay and outstanding benefits while you learn. No college degree required, just the opportunity to build valuable skills and a career with one of America's most iconic companies. Your future starts here. Apply today at ussteel.com/careers. That's ussteel.com/careers. U.S. Steel. Forge your future.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independence.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
Join me, Merrill Hodge, along with Super Bowl champions Max Starks and Willie Parker for an unforgettable beach weekend when Pittsburgh travels to Tampa Bay on October 18th. Stay on America's favorite beaches in St. Pete, Clearwater at the Trade Winds Resort. Your getaway on the white sand beaches offers an incredible beach tailgate on the Gulf the night before the game, Saturday, October 17th. Enjoy live music, delicious food, great giveaways, and your chance to meet Steelers legends. Book your beach getaway today at PittsburghBeachWeekend.com.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
So the Bills have the ball at the 49-yard line of the Steelers. Frank Gore Jr. is the lone setback behind Buechele under center. Steelers up 14-3. 11:59 remaining in the second. Buechele gets a snap. Will give to Gore off left guard, gaping hole, and crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line. An 11-yard pickup before Boykin can make the stop. So a first down for the Bills.
Hole was wide open. They blocked it up. Nobody really shed the tackles. And that's one thing you want to see with this group. A group that has not tackled that well. Now, I will say this. It looked like there was a hold at the end on Brandon Eccles, but they did not call it. That allowed for that play to burst as big as it did.
Bell starts in motion to the left, moves back to the right. Now tapping both sides of his helmet is Buechele back under center. Buechele gets a snap, gives to Gore, stutter step off the right side, met in the backfield and dropped by Brandon Eccles. 1-yard gain. Eccles flying up there. Good to see him healthy and out here for the Steelers.
Yeah, it's really good to see him out here, and I think he wanted to right the wrong of that previous play because he was in position and the wide receiver had outside the framework on that play. No doubt on that one. Like you said, excellent. I mean, a guy who plays that nickel position and very physical, a blitzing backer, blitzing nickel back that loves action. So great to have him out there.
Steelers showing a 4-man front here. 2 down linemen, 2 edge rushers. Here's a snap and the give to Gore on the delay. Starts left, cuts back right, steps through a tackle. Flag comes in. He's taken down for now at the 32-yard line. Looks like a face mask against the Steelers.
Yeah, it looks like that might be a face mask play. 2 flags out on the field. One at about the 37 and one at the 29-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 93. That's a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
It's Asezi Atomewo, first penalty of the game for the Steelers.
Yeah, and I'm watching the replay. Yeah, he got a handful of face masks. White glove on white face mask. Mm-hmm. And it was very obvious when he was trying to shed the block, just put the hand out and just you see the neck get careened by Frank Gore as he turns right.
He did let it go, which is good, or
Could have been worse.
Gore might still be on the ground. 10:23 and counting here as the ball's marked at the 19-yard line of the Steelers. Snap to Buechele, back to pass, looking, throws, seam route, incomplete, whistling past his intended receiver, Zylstra, who was running a seam route.
Yeah, Dalen Everett in coverage, and Dalen Everett tried to put a hand up, but he was running by so fast, ball was thrown behind him, and just couldn't quite catch it in time. But those are those deflections where you normally would see an interception or some type of play, from a defense. Dalen Everett, young dude, is having a tough day right now. And there's a lot of attention being paid to him and the receivers that he's covering. So good to see him there in coverage and, not have a catch thrown on him.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back to the right is Gore for Buechele. Gets a snap, back to pass, throws to Gore out in the right flat. Hesitation move, makes the man miss. Crosses the 10, crosses the 5. And they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. Well, got Carson Bruner in space, was able to avoid the tackle and pick up 18 yards down to the 1-yard line.
And it was just a quick stutter step, and Carson Bruner got caught with his body weight leaning to the outside. Gore cut to the inside on that play, and man, that's just a tough one on that. A great play by the young running back. And thank goodness somebody actually made a play right before. Anthony Goodlow running downfield and made the play right before. And now they're reviewing, but it's going to go to the next play. First down and 1.
Under center, pointing, wants Bell to settle to the left side. He does. Gore's the lone setback. Here's a snap to give to Gore off the left side. He is planted before he gets to the goal line. Bill signaling touchdown, and now the official on the near side says, yeah, he is in for the score. And by the way, that is the son of Frank Gore, the 16,000-yard rusher, Frank Gore Jr., in for the score for the Buffalo Bills.
Not quite as big as his dad, but he is very speedy. I had him at Southern Miss, a young guy who was on the practice squad trying to crack the 53, and this looks good on the resume when you're able to punch one in for a touchdown and have the play that he did before then. So looking at him, and I played against Frank for a lot of years in college at University of Miami. He is a tank. I mean, he's still not even eligible for the Hall of Fame. That's how long he played.
Yeah. And by the way, you got Robert Spears-Jennings in the hole. Just maybe hit him a little too high there. Gore was able to get underneath him and slither in for the score. But he was in a perfect position, Spears-Jennings, on that play. Here's Bass with the extra point, and that kick is up, and that kick is good. And from Highmark Stadium, 9:19 remains in the first half. Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 14, the Bills 10.
With the award-winning e-store from FNB, you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions. Then check out in minutes with just one easy application, which means more time for football. That's more rushing the passer and less rushing through paperwork. More huddles, less hassles. More game time, less wait time. You get the picture. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis & Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Enjoy awesome deals with awesome favorites Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m., including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. Or try our ground sirloin, fried shrimp, chicken mashed potato bowl, and our famous tuna melt, all at discounted prices. And new for this fall, an all-day, everyday burger special that includes a third-pound burger, fries, and an iced tea for just $9.99. Dine only. No other discounts apply.
Horses, steak, and sea house. Horses is hospitality.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Third and final preseason game of 2026 at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. The Bills trailing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your Steelers up 14-10, 9:19 mark of this second quarter. Reminder that our next broadcast on the Pittsburgh Steelers audio network will be Sunday, September 13th, when the Steelers host the Atlanta Falcons. Steelers audio network coverage will begin at 11 a.m. on Sunday the 13th. Finally, Steelers got a chance to open at home.
I know. Usually we're on the road for this, so it's nice that we get to go home for week 1.
Here's Doman with a kick, and it is going to be taken by Weegan. The 7-yard line near side of the field. Flag comes flying in, and Weegan is pounded as he gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So short return and a flag flying in. And let's see from Craig Rolstad what the call is going to be here.
Was there some premature movement? Because that flag came in really early.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, before there would be a hold or something like that. So let's see what Rolstad's call is going to be.
Illegal formation, receiving team number 40. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the play, first down.
And that's on Devon Boykin and Willie Colon, who's in there right tackle. It's Max Ahanachor.
He's on the right side. We talked about him starting this game, hopefully he's capable of. It's going to be a big drive. He's got to subdue the nerves and just play football.
So this is going to be his first professional snap in a game. The right tackle position. Nichols back in at the running back spot. Will Howard under center. Gets the snap. Hands off left side. Cut back to the right and tackled there by Zane Durant. The rookie 5th-round pick out of Penn State is Nichols, and no gain in the play.
No gain on the play, and
backside cutoff. Yeah, I was watching him.
Cutoff is rough, but once again, has to get on his high horse on that one. It's a 3 technique in the gap. They're trying to go outside zone. He's got to take a deeper bucket step and get his hat across the backside defensive end that's knifing in, or backside defensive tackle.
So no gain in the play. 2nd and 10. Howard in the shotgun brings Hurleman in motion left to right. And they want a movement, and they're going to get it on Nowakowski.
False start. Offense, number 37. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And going back to that previous play, that is a tough play. The guy's got inside shade on you, and the run, he's on the play side of you, and you have to get out in front of him when the play's going underneath. That way.
Yeah, it's tough, but that's a professional play. You got to make that play because they're going to do this in season where you're going to have a backside 3 technique cutoff.
2nd and 15. Howard in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Play action pass. Back, throwing, fires over the middle. It is complete to Hurleman, who's hit, stays on his feet. Oh, I mean, he was popped. I still don't know whether his knee hit or not, but he got up like it didn't at the 28-yard line. Man, in traffic, and he took a pop and hung on.
Yeah, I mean, Will Howard threw it right into double coverage there. Crossing defensive backs, but he did it, held on, spun out of it, and it looked like Charlo was the one that delivered the blow, and he just spun out of it and got forward.
Oh, good job by Hurleman now to set up a 3rd and 2. Howard gets a snap, back to pass, looking, fires on a quick slant to his left, and it is complete to Smith. And Brandon Smith has a first down out to the 33-yard line.
Nice job. Get up, make a quick decision. That's what we talked about. We wanted to see from Will Howard. Don't hold on, especially when it's a 3-step drop like that. Hit your point, get to your drop, get the ball out, and delivered an absolute dart to Brandon Smith. Caught it with his chest and made the first down.
And the Bills scrambling around here in the substitution, and Howard gets a snap. Official came roaring in, and
he almost got taken out.
He almost got taken out. I think he was saying that the Bills didn't have the proper opportunity to substitute.
It was a substitution by the offense, which requires us to allow the defense to substitute.
There you go.
Yeah, if you sub, they get to sub, and they get to take as much time as they want. That's why you usually want to stay in the same personnel grouping if you're going to run hurry up. Get up to the line of scrimmage so they can't substitute, so you can catch them in a 5-yard penalty. But luckily there, no harm, no foul by going fast.
Right, so neither team is penalized any yardage here, so it remains 1st and 10, 7:05 and counting remaining here in the first half. The Steelers with the ball at the 33-yard line, I formation. Nichols is behind Nowakowski. Howard is under center. Nowakowski crabbing to the right. Here's the pitch to the right, and it's Nichols, and Nichols starts right, cuts back left, and gets out to about the 35-yard line to pick up a couple.
Yeah, just a couple on that one, trying to run an off-tackle zone on that play, and Nowakowski kind of got bumped a little bit by looks like Lake McCree was the outside guy on that play, so kind of got nudged him so he couldn't get a clear line on the hole. Luke Nichols trying to stick it behind him. Good movement by the right side to allow for that lane to try and come open.
Power to the right side of this formation. Howard under center has Nichols as the lone setback. Play action pass. Back looking, fires deep left down the sideline and overshooting his intended receiver, Brandon Smith. Pretty good coverage downfield by the Buffalo Bills. It's Kenai Walker in coverage, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, running a go route. Brandon Smith takes the outside course and then kind of gets bracketed between Kenai and the sideline, so it makes it a very tough, narrow window throw. Well, Howard just put a little bit too much air underneath that football.
Howard 8 of 13, 67 yards, but 2 touchdowns as well. In the shotgun on a 3rd and 7, clock stops, 6:17 remaining first half. Howard has 3 receivers to the left, gets a snap back. Looking left. Now pump fakes. He's going to roll to the right. Looking, trying to direct traffic. Now cuts back to the left, and he is popped, and he is slowed to get up at the 31-yard line. He took a big hit from Fedarian Mathis, and he is up and jogging off the field under his own power.
It's a tough situation. Once you break out of the pocket, he had a good pocket, but wanted to roll out, I guess, to get a better angle. And then as he went to come back into the left, running the hula hoop, that's the one thing. You run back into the trash, just like you don't throw back across your body. You don't run back away from where you just came, because big hits and big plays happen in that direction. And right there, a sack was one of those.
Yeah, that would be a learning experience for him, as Cam Johnson just pounds one down to Ray Davis back at his own 10-yard line. Starts to the right, cuts back to the left, is tripped up there. Christian Kuntz, the long snapper, makes a stop after that 59-yard punt and 11-yard return. So the Bills had the ball, 5:25 remaining from their own 22-yard line from Highmark Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score of the Steelers 14 and the Bills 10.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union number 3. It's not just a job, it's a legacy. And you can start as early as this fall. Now's your chance to join the apprenticeship program and learn from the best in the business. Earn while you train. Build what matters and take pride in every beam and bolt. Starting hourly wage is over $28 with great benefits. Visit IWLocal3.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, well-qualified current FCA lessees get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $419 a month for 36 months with $2,989 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease. Extra charge for miles over 22,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
For 125 years, U.S. Steel has helped build America. We're just getting started. Today, we're investing in the future of American steelmaking, bringing advanced technology and innovation to our operations, and building on the strength of generations of U.S. Steel employees. Because the future of steel is being built right here in America, and U.S. Steel is investing to help lead the way. Learn more at ussteel.com. U.S. Steel, forging our future.
Randy Bauman Mornings and Steelers Football, TVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We know you need more than just game day. That's why your radio home of the Steelers brings you the best coverage all week.
The run-up and the boot
to take you to the next kickoff. WTVE, Pittsburgh.
Here are the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. New England and Cleveland, no score. San Francisco and Vegas, no score as well. Bouchel under center, ball at his own 22-yard line. Bills moving right to left. Bouchel gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, firing deep, and it is incomplete. Slaughter in coverage downfield on Dante Pettis. Well in Steelers territory. A long bomb attempt is incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Hey, great coverage by Slaughter. He was carrying the ball deep off the line and just a little bit outthrown, but I think the coverage is what really did it. Nico Slaughter making a play on that ball as well that forced Pettis to slow up.
I've just got a fingertip on it. Pettis did as he sprawled out at the 39-yard line of the Steelers. Back to the 22-yard line. Wheeler's checked in at the running back position. He's to the left of Buechele. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Macklin motions into the formation. Snap and the give to Wheeler, and Wheeler is hit. Penetration. It is a Landon Roberts. It is no gain on the play.
Hammer. In the A-gaps, don't mess with him. Now, he's carrying somebody off the ball and having to play coverage. This is why you brought a Landon Roberts in. You brought in a guy to be a tempo setter and a guy who's going to absolutely blow up whatever comes between those A-gaps. True Mike backer, old school Mike Singletary style, where he is going to give problems to anybody and does it right there.
No TFL because they're calling it 3rd and 10, even though he lost about half a yard on the play. Steelers have men standing up at the line of scrimmage showing heavy blitz here. Buechele gets a snap. The Steelers will bring 5 and loft it out to Max Tomczak in the right flat, and Tomczak is whirled down by Boykin. Yeah, he is the nephew of Mike Tomczak.
I was about to say, we have a lot of NFL trivia here and relatable family members playing on this Buffalo Bills. It's almost like they went and just checked their DNA. Like, do you have any family members that played the league?
Macklin, Tomczak, Fina. That's right.
Buechele has professional background, so yeah, a lot of these names sound familiar because they are.
Good to see Max Tomczak, Mike, a guy who's been obviously around Pittsburgh, and former Steelers quarterback. And Doman is now, again, he's in that battle with Wisnowski for the punting job, and Doman set to boot it away. And this is a high spiraling kick that takes Weegan all the way back to his 15-yard line on the left side of the field. Starts to the right, makes one man miss, slithers through a hole, crosses the 25, and twirls down to the 26-yard line. 56-yard punt and an 11-yard return. 3:44 remains here in the first half from Highmark Stadium. Steelers football continues to the score. The Steelers 14 and the Bills 10.
With Ford Blue Advantage, peace of mind comes standard at your local Ford dealer. Our used vehicle certification process doesn't skip a step, starting with pre-qualification in just minutes, plus a Ford-backed warranty and a Carfax report. From inspection to purchase to the miles that follow, your local Ford dealer has you covered. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Fall in Western PA means 2 things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
Ready for a career that works as hard as you do? U.S. Steel is hiring, and as we invest in the future of American steel making, we're looking for talented people ready to build that future with us. Earn competitive pay and outstanding benefits while you learn. No college degree required, just the opportunity to build valuable skills and a career with one of America's most iconic companies. Your future starts here. Apply today at ussteel.com/careers. That's ussteel.com/careers. U.S. Steel. Forge your future.
If you've been injured at work, you don't want just any lawyer. You want your home team, Pond Lehocky. Call them today for your free legal consultation at 1-888-POND-LAW. Every day they fight for Pittsburgh workers. They've recovered billions of dollars for hardworking people like you. Tell them your story now at 1-888-POND-LAW. Pond Lehocky, an official sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pond Lehocky, Giordano Inc. Attorney advertising. Spokesperson is not an attorney. No fee unless there is a recovery. Prior results, including cases won and amounts recovered, do not guarantee a similar outcome. PondLehocky.com.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
3:44 remains in the first half here. Steelers leading 14-10. The ball at their own 27-yard line. And this is, Max, one of those 4-minute drills. Everyone thinks about the 2-minute drill, but there's also a 4-minute drill in football as well.
There is. You don't want to give the opponent the opportunity to even get the ball for a score. You want to drain the clock out and hopefully end in a touchdown score here to go into the half. And also remember, they get the ball to start the second half, so it's a critical double score opportunity. If they're able to convert, run the clock out, and then get the ball coming out of the second half.
So it's Jennings, Dunker, and Max Ahanachour, the two rookies on the right side of the offensive line here. Howard remains in at the quarterback position. Gives on the delay, and Homer is able to stretch it out to the left and get around the corner. Bumped out of bounds at the 33-yard line, but picks up a first down. I beg your pardon, picks up good yardage, picks up 6 yards, not a first down, 6 yards in the play as the clock now rolls again at 3:35 remaining here in this first half.
And just a good collapse block on the left side. Riley Nowakowski and Dylan Cook working on that left side to collapse it and allow for Homer to bounce it.
Nowakowski in the H-back position to the right now moves over to the left and will settle there. Howard gets a snap, back to pass, looking, and boy, Ahanachour was beaten around the edge, and it's Andre Jones who comes up with a sack, and Jones, a veteran, is able to drop Howard for an 8-yard loss.
That's a tough one. And Maxi Ahanachour just put the hands up and then got slapped down immediately. Obviously a little, nervous here. You're on a one-on-one block on the outside and just doesn't do enough, able to slap the hands down and work the edge on a short corner to make the play. So that's for Ahanachour. You got one out of your system. Now he just needs to calm down and just get down to playing.
3rd and 12. Here's the snap, and I was worried Max left a little bit early. The throw back to the left side is complete to Homer, but it's a short pickup. He's dropped almost immediately. It's it's Keontae Jenkins on the stop for the Bills, and the Steelers do not successfully go on this 4-minute drive, and instead they will punt it away. And let's see if the Bills are going to elect to use one of their timeouts or not. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. Steelers do not have to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, 2-minute warning. Why waste it on the back end when you can possibly use it on your 2-minute drill?
So now it is time for the 2-minute warning timeout brought to you by Pond Lee Hockey. If you're hurt at work, you need a law firm that will fight for you. Call Pond Lee Hockey, an official sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your consultation is totally free. 1-888-POND, 888-POND-LAW. With a score, the Steelers 14, the Bills 10. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Chris, owner of Prescott Roofing and Masonry, Pittsburgh's full-service roofing and masonry company. With over 100 years in business and a 5th-generation locally owned company, we've been tackling Pittsburgh roofs since 1906. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing, shingles, slate, tile, rubber, gutters, copper work, masonry restoration. We do it all. GAF Master Elite and James Hardy certified. Free estimates and financing available. PrescottRoofing.com.
Shopping for a new TV or appliance? Voss TV and Appliance is the only store you'll need. Voss is a locally owned family business with the buying power of a big box store. Visit Rick or Matt at Voss TV and Appliance today and get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate on GE Cafe brand appliances. Voss TV and Appliance, serving Pittsburgh for more than 6 decades with the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Visit Voss TV and Appliance at VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS.
South Hills Kia, let's go. The 2026 Kia Sportage S Hybrid, just $299 a month. Or the 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive, only $249 a month. Hybrid or gas, it's your call. 24-month leases, $39.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax and title. First payment due at signing. Not all qualify. No security deposit required. Offer ends August 31st, 2026. South Hills Kia, let's ride. Visit southhillskia.net for more details.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independent.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
This season, the law firm of Bordas & Bordas will make a $500 donation to the Ronald McDonald House for every sack by the Steelers defense this preseason and regular season. The Steelers defense has collected 9 sacks so far, and Bordas & Bordas is on pace to donate $4,500 to the Ronald McDonald House. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. 2-minute warning. Steelers punting it away left to right. Cam Johnson back in punt formation. Cole Hardman back to receive for Buffalo. Still waiting official word for the television timeout for the action to begin.
How about we get another muff punt? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, so we've had, in case you're joining us, that was a big part of the scoring. After the Bills had the opening field goal drive, a muffed punt and then a bad punt. A 19-yard punt gave the Steelers excellent field position. They were able to cash in on 2 Will Howard touchdown passes. One to Jeremy Bernard and one to Lake McCree. As now we are ready to go. Johnson back in punt formation. Gets the snap. And a low wobbling kick toward the near sideline will land at the 30. Taken by Hardman. Makes a man miss. Ooh, almost made a man miss. But no, because that is... I beg your pardon, Jamison. I thought it was Spears Jennings. It was Jamison, number 38, not 28.
But it was a 3 instead of a 2.
Really good job. I thought Hardman was going to elude that, but spun forward for a few yards and dropped down after the 53-yard punt, really aided by that excellent bounce forward that Steelers punter Cam Johnson was able to get. So, 150 remaining here.
That field looks terrible down there.
Does it?
I hate to say it. Yeah, I'm seeing chunks kick up. So as I'm watching, especially on these it feels like 10K televisions in each end zone. You can see all the high definition, so you see everything kicking up.
Bouchel in the shotgun gets a snap. Steelers bringing 4 men. Here's the pass underneath. It is complete to Skylar Bell at the 30-yard line, so short pickup. Bills have all 3 timeouts remaining. A minute 37 and counting as Bouchel gets the team quickly to the line of scrimmage. Gets a snap in the shotgun back. Looking. Pressure coming from Bruner. Completed out to the left. And that is Bell again in front of Slaughter. And it's a pickup of 7 out to the 37-yard line. It's a first down for the Bills.
So for the defense, this is something they have to work on. You have to be able to apply pressure and get right back on the line of scrimmage real quick.
Now Bouchel will step up to the line of scrimmage, communicating with his team, drops back into the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right and running back to the right as well. Thrown out quickly to the right flat, and this is Zylstra, and Zylstra will get out to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 4. Bills still have not used a timeout. 55 seconds and counting remaining. Ball at their own 41-yard line. 2nd and 6. Bouchel gets a snap, back to pass. Steps up, throws to the right side, incomplete, intended for Zylstra again. And that time we can say Robert Spears Jennings was an excellent coverage.
He actually keeps his jersey unbunched, so it's easier to see his number than Deshaun Jamison's. But great coverage there by Spears Jennings. Ball, clock stops. Interesting that they haven't been using those timeouts and kind of bleeding out. I don't know if they're just trying to get a field goal and get to the locker room, but you don't see a lot of down the field throws there by the Buffalo offense.
Right. You also don't want to give them, the Steelers, the ball back because they have all 3 of their timeouts with too much time remaining either. So always a balancing act here as the Steelers bringing pressure. Bouchel gets a snap, incomplete on the slant. Dalen Everett in excellent coverage for the Steelers, and that ball intended for Skinner, and it will be a punt for the Bills.
Yeah, trying to run an ISO route there on the backside. He was singled up against Dalen Everett, and just great coverage by the young rookie. And you talk about had a rough start on that first drive, but he's really been picking it up as we've seen him as this game's progressed towards halftime.
Doman back in punt formation. Again, battling with Wisnowski for the Bills' punting job. Doman, a rookie, they actually traded up to get Doman late in the draft. And here's the snap. High, spiraling kick. Weegan moving toward the left sideline. Called the fair catch, but it went out of bounds anyway, right around the 10-yard line. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it right at the 10. 49-yard punt. And so now the Steelers, with 35 seconds left, they've got all 3 of their timeouts. Now, if you're the Bills, are you thinking, well, let's use all 3 of our timeouts. If we use them quickly, we can get the ball back maybe and stop them. Maybe get the ball back around midfield. Maybe it's one quick completion. You spike it, you kick a field goal. So, again, still time issues for both teams to be considered.
Yeah, and I think really a lot of this depends on how this first play goes for the Steelers. Like, if you get a first down completion, a 10-plus yard completion, you probably abort that plan. But if you do get an incompletion or a big play, then you utilize the timeout.
4-man front here for the Bills as Howard gets a snap, back to pass, looking out to the right, will throw out to the right flat. Flag comes in from behind the play, and Lake McCree hurtling along the sideline is hit hard out of bounds. It was Toriano Pride on
holding.
The hit, but
offense number 71. That feels half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
And that is on Max Ahanichor, the rookie, and so wipe out that gain, and the ball will go half the distance back to the 5-yard line.
Ahanichor working with him, but once he goes to slap, he uses the hand and takes him down from behind. If you hit the hands in front of you to chop the guy down, yes, but since he hit him on the back of the head, that's a very obvious. That almost is a personal foul, and probably got away with it by calling it just a holding.
So 1st and 15. Howard in the shotgun. He has Nichols to his right. And will give to Nichols off the right side. Now bursts straight up the middle. Gets across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And Buffalo will, in fact, use the first of their 3 timeouts. So you thought that might happen. They're thinking about getting the ball back. But, again, you're one more first down away. If you're the Steelers from this first half being over, unless you pick up a chunk of yardage.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick a chunk, and this is where you start to utilize to see if they can work the sideline routes, running those outs, running the deep crossers. Okay, go ahead.
Correction, I'm sorry. It was the Steelers who used the timeout there.
Okay, trying to get a little time, just see
if
they can get something going.
Sure.
Got more yardage they probably anticipated on that run. So here, try and preserve a little bit of clock time. I imagine to see some vertical shots, getting those chunk plays now to see if they can even salvage anything to get a kickoff.
Yeah, an aggressive timeout call here for the Steelers, who will empty the backfield and send 3 receivers out to the left and 2 to the right. So Howard in the shotgun, gets a snap, back to pass, steps up, looking now, moves out to the left, in trouble, and hit as he throws it out of bounds and away over the head of Lake McCree. It was Mike Dana, the veteran and former Kansas City Chief, who applied the pressure, and now 14 seconds remaining here in this second quarter.
And this is a tough one because pressure comes off the left side. Dylan Cook, short edge there for Dana, forcing him outside of the pocket, and heads up play by Will Howard to get the ball off before he's taken down to the ground, right almost at the goal line.
That would have been close to a safety. I think it would have been in the field of play, but that would have been close. Ball at the 16-yard line now. Nichols to the right of Howard in the shotgun formation. 14 seconds remains in the first half. Howard gets a snap, gives, and this is Nichols picking his way forward, crosses the 20-yard line, so picks up first down yardage. Good solid run from Lou Nichols will end the second quarter. Brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score, the Steelers 14, the Bills 10. The UPMC halftime report is up next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. Legacy Kia, the all-new Legacy Kia of West Mifflin. Your way, right away. Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. NSS Life, where family matters. Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with a Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. S&T Bank. People forward banking. Pennsylvania One Call System. Dial 811 before you dig. Robert Pearson Associates. When life tackles you, Robert Pearson Associates fights for justice. PierceLaw.com. People's Natural Gas. Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Prescott Roofing. Tackling Pittsburgh roof since 1906. South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you love. RE/MAX Select Realty. Visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com. And by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus.
Welcome to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wesley Euler with you here, halftime at Highmark Stadium, where it's the Steelers 14, the Bills 10. The Steelers' first half recap is brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brilliantly boring since 1865. Buffalo started with the football, 13-play, 59-yard drive. Bass True from 33 yards out, and the Bills led 3-0 early. But then the first of two special teams miscues from Buffalo as the Steelers able to recover a muffed punt. It was Brandon Echols on the recovery. That set the Steelers up at the 13-yard line, and all it took was one play, Will Howard finding Jeremy Bernard.
Howard under center, throws out to the right. It's Bernard. Bernard, a stiff arm, evades a tackler, and Jeremy Bernard is in for a touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers, one play, 13 yards, and the Steelers are on the board.
7-3 Pittsburgh, and then just a few minutes later, this time a muffed punt from Buffalo set the Steelers up in great territory. 5 plays, 28 yards. Will Howard once again, this time finding Lake McCree from 5 yards out.
RPO, and it is hurtling through the air. McCree is in for the touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown, so play action pass. I thought it went to Nichols. Instead it goes to McCree. 5-yard touchdown and back-to-back touchdown drives for the Steelers.
That made it 14-3 Pittsburgh in the first quarter. Then, about 5.5 minutes into the second quarter, Frank Gore Jr. punched it in from 1 yard out after a 6-play and 49-yard drive for Buffalo. And that score still holds after 30 minutes. It's the Steelers 14 and the Bills 10. We'll take a look at the NFL scoreboard when we return. You are listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
All right, moms and dads, take a deep breath. It's back to school. Your morning is about to get a lot busier, and your family relies on you to keep everyone moving safely. Thankfully, the Kia Sorento earned the highest honor, the Top Safety Pick Award from IIHS. Right now at Smale Kia, get $3,000 customer cash back on top of dealer discounts on a 2026 Kia Sorento. Everyone qualifies. Or choose 0% APR for 60 months. Visit Smale Kia on Route 30 in Greensburg for details, or online 24/7 at smalekia.com. 3K customer cash, no financing required, 0 APR. Not all will qualify through KFA. Tax fees extra ends 8/31.
A hospice journey isn't about giving up. It's about making every moment matter. At Bridges Hospice, we provide compassionate care, support, and comfort for patients and those who love them. When choosing hospice, choose Bridges. Your journey matters.
Terry Warjonas here from the Gateway Clipper. Let us be your destination for date night, celebrations, and memories out on the water. Join us Saturdays on the Captain's Dinner Dance Cruise, a real Pittsburgh tradition. For tickets, visit gatewayclipper.com.
Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer kicks off Tuesday, September 15th at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson. You can meet Jack and you can register to win a pair of Steelers tickets every week. Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer, Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com.
Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's Michelle. I start my show every weekday with a commercial-free rock block. Then at noon, you pick the tunes in the all-request DVE Electric Lunch. We are taking care of the DVE workforce on WDVE Pittsburgh.
Halftime here at New Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, where the Steelers lead the Bills 14-10. Let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard. The rest of the league looking like this. 2 other preseason games going on right now. Cleveland just scored midway through the first quarter to take a 14-7 lead on the Patriots in Cleveland. Vegas hosting the Niners. That one late in the first quarter as well. Vegas has a 6-0 lead. One other game later tonight out on the West Coast. It's the Battle of L.A. Chargers and Rams. That one begins at 10 p.m. We'll break down the first half stats on the other side. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Hi, I'm John Henney, 4th-generation family owner of Henney Jewelers. We know Pittsburgh loves to support local businesses. At Henney Jewelers, our experienced, highly skilled, and friendly team is ready to help you with all of your jewelry needs. From the moment you step into our newly renovated store in Shadyside, you'll experience the Henney difference, an inviting atmosphere, luxury shopping, and the highest quality engagement ring and jewelry selection anywhere. Visit HenneyJewelers.com for information and appointments, or simply walk in. Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
Edgar Snyder and Associates knows that accidents don't take the weekend off. Accidents don't respect business hours. They don't wait until Monday. And neither does Edgar Snyder and Associates. If you're hurt in an accident, day or night, weekday or weekend, you can give them a call. They're available 24/7. Don't wait. Contact Edgar Snyder and Associates for a free, no-strings-attached consultation. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR or visit edgarsnyder.com.
After the game for the Mike McCarthy press conference on DVE.
Halftime at Highmark Stadium, Steelers 14, Bills 10. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus. Will Howard, 9 of 15, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's taken a couple big hits, made a few plays, a lot to dissect there in the first 30 minutes for Will Howard. On the ground, Lou Nichols, 7 rushes for 40 yards for 5.7 per carry. Travis Homer, 2 rushes for 11 yards, 5.5 per carry. The Steelers finding some room there in the run game as Hurleman leads the way through the air. He has 2 receptions for 25 yards. For the Bills, Buechele, 14 of 22 for 108 yards there in the first half. Frank Gore Jr., 8 carries for 19 yards and the touchdown. Team stats before I get up out of here. 7 first downs for the Steelers through 30 minutes and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Total net yards, just 98 for the Steelers in the first half, 120 for Buffalo. Thanks to Caliente Pizza and Draft House for feeding our crew tonight back at Studio HQ. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, 10-time World Pizza Champions. Order today at worldsbestpizza.com. I'm Wes Schuler, and you've been listening to the UPMC Halftime Report. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have the second half kickoff right after this. You are listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
For more than 65 years, Schneider Downs has provided a full spectrum of business consulting solutions to the Western Pennsylvania region. Tax and accounting, digital solutions and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com.
In Pittsburgh, black and gold are more than just colors. They're colors of the champions that show up ready to work, take on the heat, and apply pressure. That's why Pittsburgh's lineup of trusted co-pilots is Ford. Ford, an MVP in the city of black and gold. Only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer kicks off Tuesday, September 15th at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson. You can meet Jack and you can register to win a pair of Steelers tickets every week. Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer, Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Bordis and Bordis, fighting for justice. Bridges Hospice, your choice, our privilege. Coming soon to the Mon Valley. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. First National Bank, can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB, member FDIC, your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Need tires? Flynn's will get you in today. Gateway Clippers Shuttle Service. The best way to a Steelers game. Gherkin Roofing. Call the Pickle. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Find food, volunteer, or donate at pittsburghfoodbank.org. Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. Haas's Steak and Sea House. Haas's is hospitality. And by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Second half ready to get underway. The Steelers moving right to left in the gold pants, white jerseys, the black piping, the Bills in their blue jerseys with the red and white. And we are ready to, well, looks like we are ready to go here. As Tommy Doman is ready to kick off. And Caden Weegan and Eli Heidenreich back deep for the Steelers. Arm is being circled, and Doman is ready to kick it off. Final 30 minutes for some of these young players to make their case to be on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Heidenreich will get the ball at his own 6-yard line, near side of the field. Charges up to the 20, the 25, heads upfield, spins out of a tackle, and is dropped at the 32-yard line. Tonight's second half preview is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Drew Aller is out there along with Eli Heidenreich. And Willie, what are you looking to see here in the second half from the Steelers?
I think offensively, you got to credit the Steelers for responding off of some of the miscues or mishaps from the Buffalo Bills. They kind of spurted in the second half. But coming into this half, you want to see him be a lot more sound on special teams. Caden Weegan, you want to see him start to pop off the tape. And I think for a lot of these guys, as you mentioned earlier, Rob, this is it. 30 minutes. Job's on the line. The dream will come to an end after this. So we'll see what happens. It's all or nothing.
Thank you, Max. Drew Aller changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Hands to Heidenreich. Cuts right and picks up 3 yards on that first down run. Almost 4. So let's call it 2nd and 6 on the opening play here of the second half. Ball at the 36-yard line of the Steelers on the right hash here at brand spanking new Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. Aller under center, H-backs to each side of the formation. Heidenreich the lone setback. Aller gets the snap. Will give to Heidenreich off the left side. Cuts back and is wrapped up by Fedarian Mathis. Looked like there might have been some room, but Mathis closed it quickly and just a yard pickup.
Yeah, Heidenreich tried to stretch that as much as he could to the left before taking it back, and just that backside cutoff lane was there, and then it just closed immediately. No opportunity for Heidenreich to really make that one stick and go and move forward. So that's something the offensive line has to continue to work on, just staying together on these blocks, marrying these combo blocks and taking them into the lap of the linebacker before disengaging.
3rd and 5, the ball at the 37-yard line. Aller in the shotgun has Heidenreich to his right, and that is Weegan in motion right to left as Aller gets a snap. Back to pass, looking, throws underneath, complete to Weegan, spun down by Pride at the 44-yard line, but it is a first down for Drew Aller, who wants the Steelers to hurry up now. Raises his right fist in the air and wants the Steelers up the line of scrimmage.
Change of pace. This is something you want to do. Same personnel group and get on the line quick.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Aller gets the snap. Will throw out quickly to the right side. This is Jaheim Bell. Bell breaks 1 tackle and spins through another and gets a modest gain out to the 46-yard line.
And for Drew Aller, he saw it. He saw the mismatch in the slot, sent Jaheim Bell in motion out wider, trying to run a little hide screen behind his 2 receivers. But unfortunately, Bills are just too quick, and Jaheim Bell's not exactly a small human being at 6'4", trying to sneak behind anybody.
Yep, and Weegan was trying to get the block on Pride, but Pride fought through it and got the initial hit that slowed Bell down. 2nd and 8. 12:35 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Opening drive as Aller taps both sides of the helmet, gets back under center. Gets a snap And we'll give to Heidenreich off the left side. And Eli will find some room off left tackle and cross into Bills territory and get down to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 7 yards to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Looks like they had a pass play on. They kill it to a run play to the left because they felt like they had better numbers to that strong side. And you just saw the offensive lineman really pop and seal guys off the edge. Great block by Dylan Cook off the edge, as well as Ryan McCollum really sealing the linebacker at the second level, allowing for that lane for Heidenreich.
Aller moves to the line of scrimmage. He's under center, broken eye formation to the right. Nowakowski is the fullback. Aller gets the snap, will give to Heidenreich, and Heidenreich right off of right guard. Good line surge there as he's able to easily pick up first down yardage down to the 43. So the Bills knew it was coming. They crowded the line of scrimmage, but the Steelers really got off the ball there.
Yeah, created a nice wedge up the middle, and of course the flaming hot Cheeto himself, Jennings Dunker, just leading the way. A nice smashing block forward to allow Heidenreich to kind of dive right behind him and ride the wave that the offensive line provided.
First action for Caleb Johnson, who was checked into the game, last year's 3rd-round pick out of Iowa. 11 on the play clock as the Steelers break the huddle. Aller under center once again. Johnson the lone setback. 3 eligibles to the left, 1 to the right. Give on the delay to Caleb Johnson. He heads off left tackle and gets inside the 40, down close to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 4 will bring up a 2nd and 6.
And good read by Caleb Johnson, trying to fit behind the double team, realizes it doesn't really go, and they start to split, so he just takes a slight stutter to the outside and finds a nice little lane to get a good gain.
10:40 and counting here, opening drive of this 3rd quarter for the Steelers. Aller under center, Johnson the lone setback once again. Hurleman in motion, left to right across the formation. Aller gets a snap, play action pass. Back to pass, looking, throws right. It's complete to Hurleman, spins away, heading up the right side of the field, inside the 15, is gang tackled as he gets down to the 13, and Max Hurleman continues to be impressive.
He gives you the flash plays that you want to see and just does a nice job at the top of the route, little hezzy, and then right to the outside for the out route, makes himself available, and Drew Aller puts a dart on him.
Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nowakowski, by the way, being checked in the blue tent. Aller under center once again. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end to the right as well. Lone setback is Heidenreich, and he gets a handoff hesitation move and is able to get inside the 10 to the 9 off of right tackle. That was a really good job to avoid that Bills defender who flashed across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a good job by Heidenreich. It's a nice job as they kind of worked up to that second level, and you saw Eli just stutter for a second and get up north, got the 4 yards that you're looking for on first down. That's usually a mark of staying on pace. Get about 4 yards on your first down, so now it makes it 2nd and medium and hopefully 3rd and short or first down.
5 carries, 20 yards for Heidenreich, who is to the right of Howard in the shotgun. 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Haller gets a snap, I beg your pardon, almost intercepted. It was intended for Jacoby Keeney James. He went one way, and Kendall, the defender, went the other way, and it hit Kendall right in the hands, and he couldn't make the interception.
Oh, that's one of those where you take a deep sigh of relief, because that could have been in the opposite direction very easily, and you're thankful that the guy does not have that great of hands.
So Aller strides to the line of scrimmage now on a 3rd and 6, 11th play of this drive. Heidenreich the lone setback. Aller has 2 receivers to each side, and now Hurleman in motion. That's Weegan in motion, and the pitch to Heidenreich right side, and Heidenreich inside the 5, spinning toward the end zone, gets the push from Jennings Dunker, and he is in for the score. The Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown by Heidenreich at the 8:55 mark here of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, I love when 38 Boss comes into action, and Maxi Onachor, the rookie, got out there, forced the lane wide. Jennings Dunker running in the alley and just finishes them off, and Eli Heidenreich just follows the big bodies all the way to the end zone. Nice touchdown rush by the Steelers.
And good to see those big guys downfield, Jennings Dunker and Onachor, to make sure that he got the room to run. And great run by Heidenreich in for the score. Boswell on for the extra point. And that boot is up, and that boot is good. And what a start for Drew Aller and this Steelers offense here to begin the third quarter. March down the field and score. The Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers. From Highmark Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 21 and the Bills 10.
Pittsburghers know strong teams begin with the line. That's why People's Natural Gas is upgrading thousands of miles of pipelines throughout western Pennsylvania, replacing aged infrastructure with state-of-the-art lines that create safer, more reliable systems to deliver the energy you need, heating homes, making meals, and warming water for millions of residents and businesses, while also cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions. People's, providing safe, reliable, and cost-effective energy now and for generations to come.
Every winning team needs a flexible game plan. That's why we built the FNB e-store, where you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions with one easy application. Whether you're on the road, banking on your phone, or prefer to visit a branch, the FNB e-store helps you make the right call. Your call. Can your bank do that? Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. And that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
At BetMGM, Steelers fans can place their first bet and score $150 in bonus bets if it wins. Exclusively at BetMGM, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 and over. PA and West Virginia only. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualifications and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued on non-withdrawable site credit or bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Tonight's second half is brought to you by People's Natural Gas, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers take the opening drive of the second half, march 11 plays, 68 yards, took 6:05 off the clock. Heidenreich, the 9-yard touchdown run, a drive that featured 7 rushes and 4 passes from Drew Aller, and featured a Steelers touchdown from Heidenreich. So good bit of running from Eli Heidenreich as well. All the running backs have looked pretty sharp tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Lou Nichols and Eli Heidenreich have really impressed me. If we're talking about popping so far in this game, they've looked really good at that.
Here's the kick, takes a bounce. It is fielded by Pettis at his 8-yard line. Stutters up the field and is wrapped up by Jack Henderson as he gets out to the 22-yard line. So short return. I don't know if Boswell did that on purpose, but the ball hits, then pops up in the air and takes some time, allows the defenders to get down there and cover.
Yeah, once again, you're talking about trying out some new things to bring into the season. For Chris Boswell, how can I angle kick, figure out some different things, just like we saw Cam Johnston last week with that deep coffin corner that just hit on the 5 and died. You want to see your kickers trying out new stuff so that they can bring it into the arsenal for Danny Crossman and company in the special teams unit.
So Buechele remains in the game. He has Gore to his right in the shotgun. 8:49 remaining here in this third quarter. Tom Zach motioning right to left. Buechele gets a snap, will throw short and right, complete to Gore. Tackled immediately by Sawyer at the 25-yard line. So a pickup of 4 yards will bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Bills.
And in his face, Gabe Rubio able to whip the block on Bruno Fina, the center for the Bills, and get in the face and force that short throw. So starting to see some activity. We need more pass rush from this defensive line. You've got to get in the face of the quarterback and throw him off his point.
Buechele to the line of scrimmage, under center, broken eye to the left. Gets a snap and will give off the right side to Gore. Gore's hit by Carson Bruner and is able to get out to the 30-yard line. So a pickup of another 4, almost 5 yards is going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 30-yard line.
And this is one you don't want to lull. After what you saw the offense do as a defense, you want to come out there and bring that electricity as well and continue the hot play of your team and allow the momentum to build for you. So for the Steelers, big 3rd down. If they convert, it's okay, but you want to get after this quarterback and get after this offense and throw them off timing.
And it's a broken eye to the right. Buechele under center once again. Michelle gets a snap, play action pass. Looking, retreating, pressure coming, throws out to the right sideline, caught by Van Sumer in the fullback, and it's enough for a first down. Caught it as he was falling backward out of bounds, so good job of concentration by Van Sumer and footwork out at the 32, just enough for a first down for the Bills.
He gets just beyond the sticks, and there was pressure. Had he held that just a second longer, that would have been a sack off the edge, but able to get it off. And like I said, you want to come off. I need to see a little bit more from this defense. A little more pop, guys.
Michelle under center. Now waving toward his left, wants a motion man. There's 3 receivers bunched just to the left of the formation. As he gets a snap, gives it to Gore off the left side, and Gore is able to get to the 36-yard line. And Landon Roberts in the stop, as well as Jobity for the Steelers. I beg your pardon, Goodlow was at the bottom of that pile, not Jobity.
And, running in tight formations, running in between the tackles, really trying to put big guys in there and try and create a lot of bodies to move things forward. But, clock is ticking, and you see both these teams kind of playing the same strategy. A lot of rush, a little bit of pass mixed in there, but primarily keeping this on the ground to see what your team can do, moving other big bodies backwards.
Bouchel under center. Play action pass, rolling to the right, has Gore wide open in the flat, rumbles up the right sideline, crosses into Steelers territory all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Steelers before Danico Slaughter can make the stop.
So this is tough, right? You run out of that tight formation, the tight bunch on the previous play. You bunch it up again, and then you run a rollout. Everybody flows to the strong side. Bouchel comes out the back door, runs the little hide with the running back, and a lot of green grass for Frank Gore Jr., and he makes the Steelers defense pay.
Of course, I don't know what the defense is. Jack Shore, I don't know whether they're just supposed to drop in the flat, but if he hadn't stumbled, he might have gotten there. Just kind of stumbled as he came after Bouchel. And Bouchel able to loft it over his head for the completion. Now back to pass again, stepping up, throwing to the right. And it is complete once again inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. It is Skylar Bell, the rookie, with a reception, 12-yard pickup, and another first down for the Bills at the 5:25 mark here of this third quarter.
Yeah, Bills started out slow running the football. Now they've been airing it out the last couple of plays, and Bouchel was under duress when he released that ball. Skylar Bell did a great job of catching that in traffic and coming down with it for the chunk play for the Bills. But the Steelers' defense is starting to get hot. They're starting to get the pass rush going. They just got to hold up these receivers and force the quarterback to take a pump, and they'll get sacks.
It was a Tomeo on the hit on that play, but enough for a first down here. Bouchel under center, and will give on the jet sweep. And rounding the right corner, and it's Skylar Bell, and Bell goes almost untouched into the end zone. A simple jet sweep, got around, contained, and ran it in from 28 yards out for the Bills' touchdown.
And Danico Slaughter was the guy coming over in motion. Eyes got caught for a second, and he stumbled as he was going out there, and that was enough space for Skylar Bell, the speedster, to get around the edge of him. But Danico Slaughter was that guy, just stumbles just a little bit before the Bills get into the end zone for a score.
You want to say untouched, but Boykin just tapped him in the back because he has about the 1 yard line.
It's almost like the tape, like at the end of a relay race.
Exactly right. Tyler Bass on to try the extra point here with 4:49 remaining in the third quarter. Snap, hold, kick, up, good. And the Buffalo Bills have scored from Highmark Stadium. Steelers football continues with this score. The Steelers 21 and the Bills 17.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone. Whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Barry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
Fall in Western PA means two things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
With more than 100 diverse consulting offerings, Schneider Downs doesn't focus on what service to provide, but rather what problems they can help you solve. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management, and financial advisory. Learn more at SchneiderDowns.com.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, well-qualified current Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE or Wrangler 4xE lessees get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-Door Sport S for $299 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease. Extra charge for miles over 22,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Stay tuned after the game for the Mike McCarthy post-game press conference, brought to you by our neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 7-play, 79-yard drive for the Bills, capped off by the Skylar Bell 28-yard touchdown run. Took 4:06, so with 4:49 remaining here in this third quarter, the Steelers leading the Bills 21-17. And Jacoby Keeney James and Deshaun Jameson back deep to receive here for the Steelers on this Doman kickoff. Here's the approach and the boot, and it is going to drive Jameson 7 yards deep into the end zone, and so the Steelers will get the touchback and excellent field position at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and this is what you want to see, especially, for Drew Aller. Had a great first drive to start the second half. Let's see what he could do to follow it up. And the Steelers offense looked dominating on the drive. And now, the discrepancy was a little bit higher at the end of the first half, under 100 yards of offense. But since then, able to come up to 166 to what is 199 for the Bills. So a lot closer in this game. And outproducing what their time on the field production is. 18:58, but they have 21 points on the board. That's a win in the Bruce Arians book that Willie and I used to prescribe to.
So Drew Aller is in the shotgun formation. Will Howard, by the way, in the blue tent. So we'll try to get an update on that for you. Aller pump fakes to the left, motions out to the right, looking and throws, and it's dropped along the far sideline. Pretty good job by Aller to get the ball over to Lance Mason. Would have been a short pickup, but instead it's dropped, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
A little bit of pressure from the rookie. Inside move. I love the way he shelled it off, allowing Aller to bubble out to the outside of the pocket safely to be able to release that football. So turned a bad play into a decent play at the end by the rookie, Maxi Onachor.
So 2nd and 10, 4:42 remaining here in this third quarter. Aller under center. Steelers moving right to left. Heidenreich is a lone setback. Here's a snap to give to Heidenreich. Starts right, cuts back to the left, and is going to be stood up. And now more Bills coming in and giving him some licks rather late in that exchange. It was Cade Denhoff who led the charge for the Bills defensively.
And I want to point out new offensive linemen in the game. Broderick Jones is in at left tackle. Dylan Cook out at left tackle here for this drive. So you got a new alignment there on the left side with Nestor. It's Jones, and then, of course, Iannachor and Dunker are the two on the right side with Ryan McCollum at the center position.
And Dunker's played a lot of this game. He was in the first half, and Max Iannachor also joining him in the first half as well. So the two rookies on the right side just returning to practice this week, each of them. Aller gets a snap back. Bills showing pressure. Aller lofts deep up the left sideline, intended for Wentz, and it's incomplete. Pretty good coverage downfield by Anthony Kendall, and the Steelers will go 3 and out.
And that's a tough play to make for Drew Aller. Great protection up front. Aller able to scan, but a moon ball into double coverage on the sidelines, a tough one. Levi Wentz made a great jumping catch attempt at it, but defensive back, number 30, Kendall, just makes a good play on the ball, wiping it from his hands before he can make the catch.
Hardman back to receive this punt. 4:04 remaining here, third quarter. Cam Johnson gets the snap. Here's the boot, end over end. At his 14-yard line, near side of the field, Hardman will head to the right, cross the 25 out to the 30, and spun out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 49-yard punt, a 17-yard return. 3:52 remains in the third quarter from Highmark Stadium. And Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 21 and the Bills 17.
Rob King here, introducing the Wolfley 73 at Caliente Pizza and Draft House. A bold pizza built in honor of Steelers legend Craig Wolfley. And 73% of every sale goes to Light of Life Rescue Mission. Caliente, the official pizza of WDVE. Eat good, do good, just like Craig.
Gig speed internet from Armstrong is the future of the internet, backed by a lifetime of innovation. We're continually investing and upgrading to give you our fastest speeds ever. Ultra streaming, ultra gaming, ultra everything. A fiber network built and maintained by the people who call it home. Fiber fast, future ready. Decades of experience, today's technology. Armstrong, keeping you connected. Get gig speed internet at armstrongfiber.com.
Tackle any home project when you buy from CGR. They'll put together a game plan that's a winner every time you need materials and deliver right to your job site. Or stop in and visit their stock showroom. Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex, and TimberTech Decking, plus much more. They'll help you get to the red zone of your project every time. Check them out online at CGRWholesaleRoofing.com. And don't forget, they're open Saturdays, 7 to noon.
Stop on down or get delivery at CGR Wholesale.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union number 3. It's not just a job, it's a legacy. And you can start as early as this fall. Now's your chance to join the apprenticeship program and learn from the best in the business. Earn while you train. Build what matters and take pride in every beam and bolt. Starting hourly wage is over $28 with great benefits. Visit IWLocal3.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Let's go Steelers!
All season long, follow the team on your radio home for the Steelers, WDVE Pittsburgh, and save us as a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
3:52 remaining in the third quarter. The Buffalo Bills moving left to right, have the ball at their own 31-yard line. It's set on the right hash. Steelers leading 21-17. Shane Buechele expected to go the whole way for the Bills, is in at quarterback under center. He has Ian Wheeler as his lone setback, now taps both sides of his helmet. Gets a snap, play action pass. Deep drop, steps up, throws underneath to Wheeler, and Wheeler is banged by Jacoby Windman. Hit hard right at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 4. And we saw Will Howard come out of the tent and be matriculated across and into the Steelers locker room, evidently.
Yeah, went in the locker room with a wet hat, so further evaluation needs to be done. And sometimes those things are delayed onset, whether you have symptoms or not coming out of the end of that first half. So hope all is well with Will Howard.
Buechele under center. Motion man left to right is Van Sumeren, the fullback, and they pitch to Wheeler, and Wheeler is hit by Windman once again, and then Cole Holcomb and Kyler Ball help finish him off. But nice job again, back-to-back plays by Jacoby Windman.
Yeah, Jacoby Windman, also a guy playing under extreme duress because, once again, you're trying to make a roster somewhere or make a practice squad. Show them that you have something to work with, and you see guys flying around here. Cole Holcomb as well in there on the play, Kyler Ball. So all these guys know what the sense of urgency is as we wind down here at the end of this third quarter.
Shotgun formation, 3rd and 5. Frank Gore is checked in at the running back position as Buechele gets a snap. Back looking, lofts up the right sideline for Skyler Bell, and Bell can't hang on. Really well thrown ball. Jamison in coverage, but Bell couldn't haul it in, and so it is a 3 and out for the Bills.
And a good sign for that defense. They played well the first 2 downs, and this is what you want the payoff. Force the opposing offense to have to make a play downfield, and Deshaun Jamison, great coverage on Bell.
Excellent job.
And just knocks the ball away at the last second because Bell had fingers on that ball.
Yeah, you know what happened? Jamison got his hands in between those two hands and was able to get enough on the ball to swat it away. So excellent job by Jamison. And now the punt here. Oh, Doman just hammers one. Weegan all the way back at his 5-yard line, handles it now, starts to the right, cuts back to the left, runs into his own man. It's a 5-yard return after a 59-yard punt. So Weegan trying to cut back, but ran into his own man, and the Steelers will be pinned deep at the 2:14 mark here of the third quarter with the score of the Steelers 21, the Bills 17. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
All right, listen up. It all comes down to owning your power. And with Ford F-Series, you do. Power, grit, and tech makes these trucks the MVPs of work and play. Now that's why Ford F-150 and Super Duty are the best-selling trucks in America. Built Ford tough. It's how you get it done. So, get it done. Only at your neighborhood Ford store.
Confluence Financial Partners provides financial guidance that balances living fully today, preparing confidently for tomorrow, and securing what matters most. As your partner in wealth management and a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they act as the quarterback of your financial plan, helping you navigate life's transitions and milestones. Your legacy deserves more than a plan. It deserves a partner. Discover how Confluence Financial Partners can help you build yours at confluencefp.com.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrissure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. And that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
2:14 remains, third quarter, and you're looking in this preseason, especially younger players' decision-making, right? And there was a punt that just kept driving Weegan further and further back. Mac, you thought maybe he should let that one go instead of fielding at the 5-yard line?
Yeah, ball was in a direction where if that ball hits the ground, it's going to spin back into the end zone. And that's a veteran move, but Weegan has to be better on his punt return decision-making. And this 2 weeks in a row kind of missed an opportunity.
Caleb Johnson, the lone setback behind Drew Aller. Tight end and H-back to the left of the formation. Johnson starts left, cuts back right, squeezes through a hole off right guard, keeps the legs churning, gets out to the 16-yard line. Going to go down to Willie Colon now. And Willie, 17 minutes and change left here in this last preseason game. What is his team and what are these players trying to accomplish now over these last 17 minutes?
I think obviously if you're evaluating this team, you want to see these guys compete. They're up 4, but every player in the helmet right now is fighting to win the trust of their coach. And that's the key, man. They understand that you're worthy of being on the field, but can I trust you to be on the field in hostile situation? It's 2nd and 4. They're winning the third down battle, but you want to see these guys start to pick it up and really start to do things at a more efficient level. Big play right here.
All right, Willie, thank you very much. And Caleb Johnson got to the edge, but got strung out when he got there sprinting toward the edge. But a nice job defensively to stop that short of a first down. It was Jordan Dunbar who sprinted out there. Boy, that did look like Willie caught it. It looked like that was going to be a big gainer, but instead wound up being a short pickup to set up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Dunbar, if Max just able to edge that guy a little bit more, he was doing a good job of stringing the play out, and it just kind of went a little bit flat at the end on that play. So big 3rd down to keep the chains moving.
Steelers 6 of 11 on 3rd down. We've hit the 1-minute mark remaining here in this third quarter. Weegan in motion left to right now. Drifts back to the left. Snap to Aller, back, looking, throws, middle of the field, it's caught. Lance Mason, the throw is a little bit behind him, but Mason able to snag it out of midair and get out to the 31-yard line for a first down.
And that was a rocket thrown by Drew Aller. I don't know how Lance Mason got a hand on it, able to get 2 paws on it, haul it in for the first down, twisting his body backwards away from the direction he was running. So great play there by Mason to move the sticks.
25 seconds remaining, third quarter. Lone setback is Johnson. Aller under center. Gets a snap. Gives to Johnson, starting left, and hit by Mike Dana immediately. Dana, the penetration, beat Broderick Jones off the left side and dropped Johnson for a loss of a yard on the play. Time to make the switch now to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank. For what's next? Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Steelers 21, the Bills 17. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next?
Attention football fans. On the field, it's important to keep your senses alert for any opportunity to strike. And those same senses could save your life at home. Remember the 3 senses of safety. Sight. If you see bubbling water or an out-of-place dead patch of grass. Sound, or you hear hissing. And smell. You know, that rotten egg-like odor. Any of these signs means you could have a gas leak. Leave the area and call 911 immediately. Stay safe. A message from People's Natural Gas, proud partners of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, moms and dads, take a deep breath. It's back to school. Your morning is about to get a lot busier, and your family relies on you to keep everyone moving safely. Thankfully, the Kia Sorrento earned the highest honor, the Top Safety Pick Award from IIHS. Right now at Smale Kia, get $3,000 customer cash back on top of dealer discounts on the 2026 Kia Sorrento. Everyone qualifies. Or choose 0% APR for 60 months. Visit Smale Kia on Route 30 in Greensburg for details, or online 24/7 at smalekia.com. 3K customer cash, no financing required, 0 APR. Not all will qualify through KFA. Tax fees extra, ends 8/31.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection, keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough, like Pittsburgh. They're energy efficient, and they look great, too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hyde Park. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for voting Hyde Park best steak in the city. Quickly, before this play starts here, what do you think of brand spanking new Highmark Stadium?
Stadium looks beautiful outside and inside. I know fans were complaining about the walls and everything, but this looks awesome. Our booth has a great vantage point, and I love the big screens on each side, but you know, the most important thing is if I'm a player, it's what's on that field, and I don't like that.
Yeah, hang on just 1 second. We'll get Willie's thoughts. 2nd and 11 as the opening play of this fourth quarter as the Steelers at the ball at their own 30-yard line. On the left hash, Drew Haller in the shotgun. Haller gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, fires right and short. It's complete to Mason, who immediately spins upfield and gets very close to first down yardage. And they're going to say he's got it. So, Willie, as they're setting the ball here, your thoughts on Highmark Stadium?
Well, I'll tell you this, it gets loud. I mean, this place isn't packed or nearly what it's going to look like on opening day. It was 2nd 11 just now, and I couldn't hear anything. On the other side, allowed me to be an ambassador of the Fat Man's Club. This place doesn't smell like buffalo wings. What's going on? This is supposed to be the house of buffalo wings, and it smells like open, like fresh carpet. So you got to figure that out.
It really does. We were talking about it before. It has a new car smell.
It does.
It just, you can smell the newness in the building. Play action pass here for Aller, stepping up. Now pump fakes, rolling out to the right. Drew rolling, will throw underneath, and it is complete, and it's caught once again by Mason. So Mason edging toward that left sideline, working in unison with Aller, and is able to pick up 7 yards.
And I love the battle and the fight by Maxi Onachor. Had a guy pinned to the inside, saw the rollout, and then went to find some work and was edging the D lineman out so that he could create a little bit more space for Aller to make that throw to Lance Mason. So I thought a great heads-up play by Ionichor, and Lance Mason and Drew Aller having a nice connection here in the second half.
2nd and 3. Aller in the shotgun has Johnson to his right. 2 receivers split to the left of the formation, 1 to the right. Ball set in the right hash at the 48. Here's a snap and the give on the delay, and Caleb Johnson nowhere to go. Penetration, slow developing play, and the Bills get penetration and drop Johnson for a loss back to the 47-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that was the old 22 duo play there. It's supposed to hit Titan inside, but not able to really secure those double teams, so the ball bounces to the outside, and there's too many defenders on the outside. That play is supposed to hit up in the gut because you're trying to outnumber the edges.
3rd and 4. Aller in the shotgun. Johnson to his right. 2 receivers to each side as he gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, lofting left and downfield and too far, intended for Weegan, who had single coverage out there. Floats over his head, and the Steelers will punt it away.
And this is another one where you see on 3rd down, second drive in a row where it is 3rd and manageable. I don't see a lot of intermediate routes, a lot of deep routes, and then you're taking these deep shots into coverage and kind of stalling the drive out. You know, one of the things I'm very interested in is how they're calling these plays to get those sticks type of plays. I'm seeing everything going deep and long. All 4 routes were beyond the sticks.
Here's the punt. Dante Pettis calls the fair catch at his own 9-yard line on the far side of the field. 12:50 remains in the 4th quarter. The Bills will have the ball at their own 9-yard line from Highmark Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Steelers 21 and the Bills 17.
Hi, Pittsburgh. I'm Megan Calusi, and the summer savings are still hot here at Calusi Chevrolet.
And I'm Tim Calusi, and right now we have great offers like 0% financing for 60 months for well-qualified buyers on select 2026 Silverado trucks, or 3.9 APR financing for 36 months on a Chevy Equinox.
There's $750 cash allowance for everyone on select 2026 Trailblazers.
Check out all the great deals at Calusi.com. Together, let's drive at Calusi Chevrolet.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Great googly moogly. This one's got heart. Rob King here for Caliente Pizza and Draft House. Try Caliente's new Wolfley 73 Pizza. A bold pizza built in honor of Steelers legend Craig Wolfley. The Wolfley 73 is loaded with pepperoni, meatballs, hot honey, Parmesan cheese, and a whole lot of Pittsburgh pride. 73% of every Wolfley 73 sale goes to Light of Life Rescue Mission. Order one today, online or at all 8 Caliente locations. Caliente, the official pizza of WDVE. Eat good, do good, just like Craig.
When it comes to your next home project, make the winning call with CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. Their all-star team helps you save time and money with delivery right to your job site. Plus, you can put points on the board with Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and much more. They got everything you need under one roof to drive your project into the red zone, and they're even open Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon.
Stop on down or get delivery at CGR Wholesale.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE.
Here are the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. Cleveland leading New England 27-10. That is in the 2nd quarter. And San Francisco and Las Vegas tied up at 6 also in the 2nd quarter. Here in the 4th quarter, the Steelers leading the Bills 21-17. The Bills have the ball at their own 9-yard line with 12:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Buechele at the quarterback position. He has Ian Wheeler to his left. Buechele, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And the Steelers will bring 4-man pressures. Buechele wants to throw out to the right flat. It is complete. It is Skyler Bell. And Bell is taken out of bounds after a 6-yard pickup. And that is Jalen Gilbo one of the newer Steelers, just signed a couple of days ago, Max.
Yeah, Jalen Gilbo, one of 3 guys that are on this roster here for this third and final preseason game, getting some action and right there making a play. Listen, play downhill, get the guy out of bounds, don't allow him to get the first down. That's a good job by Gilbo.
And by the way, former Pitt safety Brandon Hill is also in the game. He was just signed a couple of days ago as well. And now movement on the Bills, and that'll cost them 5 yards.
Yep, gotta love a little false start action.
Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Demetrius Weatherspoon called for that. So back to the original line of scrimmage at the 9-yard line, brings up a 2nd and 10. Buechele in the shotgun has Wheeler to his right. 3 receivers bunched to the left of the formation. Wheeler flops from the right side to the left. Snap and the handoff to Wheeler. Bounces it to the outside, and Wheeler is able to step through a tackle. Flag comes flying in late. It was Gilbo who came up to make the hit, and Wheeler was able to get around him out close to the 19. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Holding. Offense. Number 18. That penalty's half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
And that is Quentin Skinner.
Just working on the flags. Just going on a lot of guys. But once again, this is one. He missed it, and he gave the old Toro block, or the Olay, where he misses the block, then pulls the guy from behind and tries to slingshot him. Easy call to make when the referees are standing behind the play. He did it right in front of the ref on the right side.
And it was Jack Henderson, coming up aggressively from his safety position. So 2nd and 12 now with the ball back at the 7-yard line, marked on the right hash. Bills in the shadow of their own end zone. Buechele gets a snap. Back to pass. Pump fakes. Looking right. Now tries to move back to the left. Moves to the right again and is going to be hit by Goodlow and is able to just fire it away before the sack came. Goodlow, relentless effort. And at the 1-yard line, almost had the sack.
He was super close, and luckily there was a wide receiver in the area, because if not, that could have been intentional grounding. I thought initially when the ball hit, and I saw a guy about 7 yards deeper, so no need to initiate that one right now, but great pressure by Anthony Goodlow up the middle.
What's close is whether his knee was down before he threw the ball. And now
after replay assist, the quarterback was down by contact at the 1/2 yard line. It'll be third down there.
Sack Goodlow.
Oh, that's good stuff.
There we go.
Goodlow. Yeah, you won on the replay. That looked awfully close, and they got the call correct, and so it is a sack for Goodlow.
Yeah, and once again, we are so high up in this stadium, we have no angle to see that. So we're relying on the replay assist just like the referees.
So 3rd and 18, the ball at the 1/2 yard line for Buechele. Steelers showing a 4-man rush here. Buechele gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up. Throws underneath and nobody there. Under duress once again, and the ball was tipped away at the line of scrimmage, and the Bills will be forced to punt.
Yeah, it looked like they might have been Julius Welshoff coming off of the right offensive, left defensive side, and just gets a hand up in the air at the last second to tip that ball that was coming in on the in-breaking route to the receiver.
So now Doman is going to have his heels just inbounds at the back of the end zone.
Great opportunity for a punt block opportunity.
Yeah, Steelers not showing a punt block formation. I was thinking the same thing. Want to perhaps work on the return here. Doman's going to have to get rid of this quickly. Gets a snap, one step, bangs it away. High spiraling kick. Weegan steps forward at the 45-yard line. He's got it. Starts to the right, looking, tries to get to the edge. Breaks out of a tackle, cuts back to the left. Now he's got room. Weegan crosses the 40, the 30, makes a move around the punter, down the left sideline. Touchdown, Caden Weegan in for the Pittsburgh Steelers score.
This is why you brought Caden Weegan in. This is why you drafted him. He is a difference maker in the special teams game. We talked about how pedestrian he's been in the first, 2 games, and then now in this game, decision not to let the ball go underneath. But right there, the explosive home run capability comes right, cuts back left against the grain, and absolutely stuns them 45 yards down the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers score.
Now the Steelers hustling to make sure they have the proper field goal unit on there, and what a tremendous return by Weegan, waiting for the extra point. Here's Boswell. That boot is up. That boot is good, but there is a flag on the play. So hang on. Seen a lot of flags here lately. And the Steelers ran their personnel out late, and looks like Christian Kuntz is jogging off. I think he thinks it's against the Bills. He's already on the sideline.
Yeah, he's already there. There's like no need for me to be in that scrum.
Yep.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 72. Pittsburgh has elected to go for 2 from the 1-yard line.
Okay, so again, working on something here. So you get the ball at the 2, but now you get it half the distance, so you'll have it at the 1. And so the opportunity to try a little 2-point conversion here.
Hey, why not? I mean, this is the preseason. This is where you're in the lab right now, and this is all exploratory, seeing the different things that you can accomplish. And right now for the Steelers, going for 2, big opportunity here, 1 yard, see if the offense can punch it in.
No, I mean, I like this thinking almost regardless. I mean, look, there's certain times where you wouldn't do it. You know, you're tied and trying to win the game at an extra point with 2 seconds left. You're not going to do this.
No.
But I like this idea. I think, you expect your offense to be able to pick up a yard.
And the way this offense has been playing in the second half, they should be, if you want to run the ball, I mean, I feel like this team can run it in from 1 yard out, or you try some type of little naked boot out like what you saw with Drew Aller week 1, right? The RPO play and get it out the backside. If you feel like the end's crashing, pull it and duck in for a 2-point conversion.
And Heidenreich is to the left of Aller in the shotgun. 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Aller gets a snap. Back looking, wants to throw left, and it is snagged by Hurtleman. Then he can't hang on as he got to the ground. I think he would have been short anyway.
Yeah.
And so the 2-point conversion attempt fails. And at the 11-11 mark, following the Caden Weegan 45-yard punt return, the Steelers from Highmark Stadium lead by the score of 27-17.
All right, now look, in life, sometimes you fumble a play or 2. But with Ford Explorer, expect win after win. With responsive power and a terrain management system that tackles the toughest routes and seating for up to 7, so you can bring the whole team on board. Ford Explorer, Pittsburgh's best-selling large SUV, only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Gear up for tailgating season at Don's Appliances. Shop our in-stock selection of refrigerators, laundry, dishwashers, and more from your favorite brands like Cafe and GE Profile. Get guaranteed lowest prices and free next-day delivery. Visit DonsAppliances.com.
Edgar Snyder & Associates knows that accidents don't take the weekend off. Accidents don't respect business hours. They don't wait until Monday. And neither does Edgar Snyder & Associates. If you're hurt in an accident, day or night, weekday or weekend, you can give them a call. They're available 24/7. Don't wait. Contact Edgar Snyder & Associates for a free, no-strings-attached consultation. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR or visit edgarsnyder.com. NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
Terry Warjonas here from the Gateway Clipper. Let us be your destination for date night, celebrations, and memories out on the water. Join us Saturdays on the Captain's Dinner Dance Cruise, a real Pittsburgh tradition. For tickets, visit gatewayclipper.com.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
This is Randy Baumann of the DVE Morning Show. Check out our Steelers coverage all season as we bring in players, coaches, and guests like Big Cat from Pardon My Take, Gene Steratore, and so much more. Weekday mornings on your radio home of the Steelers, DVE.
11-11 remains here, fourth quarter. Caden Weegan, the 45-yard punt return for a touchdown, and the Steelers, all 4 scores are touchdowns. They lead 27-17 after the failed 2-point conversion attempt. The kick by Boswell sails into the end zone, taken by Pettis 5 yards deep, and he will not return it, so the Bills will get the ball at their own 35-yard line.
It's just a good job in this game to get these type of opportunities, right? You get a punt return for a touchdown. You get to attempt a 2-point conversion. You take the penalty on the kickoff, and that allows you to practice that drill of, hey, we're just going to kick it deep into the end zone. Also, the muff punt drill for Brandon Eccles, knowing that, hey, you can't advance it further once it touches the guy, so just stop. So a lot of great opportunities, a lot of teaching tape here in this game.
So Buechele is in the shotgun. He has Wheeler to his right. The Steelers enjoying a 10-point lead. Buechele gets a snap. It's a low one. He's able to throw out to the left after he picks it up off the ground. And short, modest pickup to Van Sumer in the tight end, or the fullback, I beg your pardon. He's knocked out of bounds by Darrell Porter. Pickup of about 3.
And a hit on the cue. Because once he drop your eyes on those low snaps, Rob, and try and reorient yourself. A good job by Buechele, but Anthony Goodlow came in there and gave him a nice pop for making that mistake.
Steelers have overloaded the left side of the Bills' offensive line. Here's the snap, back to pass. Buechele moves to the right, comes back to the left, all kinds of time, throws underneath. It's complete to Latu. Latu is hit by Jack Henderson and stopped after a gain out to the 42-yard line. So that will bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Bills.
And just a lot of opportunities. I love what the Steelers are doing as far as keeping things in front of them. They haven't really busted those huge plays since that first drive. They've been able to kind of keep most things bottled up. Just a couple of busting the coverage where you're losing a guy in a crossing route, but it hasn't happened too often in the second half.
To your point, Buechele, 22 of 32, but just 167 yards in those 22 completions. Now play action pass. Back has a gap up the middle, and he's going to run and slide across midfield down to the 49-yard line of the Steelers. Enough for a Bills first down at the 9:44 mark here this fourth quarter.
And heads-up play by Buechele. Everybody dropped into coverage, and you only had a 3-man rush on that one. And, great opportunity for him. Take advantage of what they're giving you. You need 3. He gets about 5 on that play, 5 to 7 yards on that play.
Unbalanced line to the right. Only one eligible out to the left. First third down conversion since the first drive for the Bills. Handoff to Wheeler. Wheeler shoots through the right side. He's hit by Welshoff and stopped after a gain of 4 to the 45-yard line of the Steelers.
And that's a nice stop because the momentum was there. The offensive line looked like they had a good blocking scheme. And Welshoff folded to the inside underneath and just absolutely blunts the force of Wheeler with the down head full head of steam.
8:53 and counting here. Fourth quarter, Steelers up 10, 27-17. Wrapping up the 2026 preseason. Macklin in motion left, now moves back to the right. 3 receivers that way for Buechele, who has Wheeler to his right in the shotgun. Buechele gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, going to throw left across the formation, and it's a strike and a completion. And that's Tomczak. Gets up and runs, but Tomczak was contacted, so they will cut him down or call him down at the 23-yard line of the Steelers. Again, Max Tomczak, we mentioned this before, nephew of Mike Tomczak.
Yeah, Max Tomczak running a crossing route around the edge and gets knocked down by Deshaun Jameson, catches the leg, clips him as he falls down. And, of course, heads-up play, you want to finish it. If you don't hear a whistle, you got to finish it. But Deshaun Jameson did take him down on the left foot, taking him to the ground. So that is the right call to make.
So it's a 20-yard gain. They'll mark it at the 25. Sets on the left hash of the Bills, moving right to left in front of us. And the Steelers up 27-17. Buechele gets a snap, wants to throw it, looks to the right, pump fakes, now is going to run. Heads out to the right, makes a move, and is tripped up by Jameson as he gets down to about the 21, a pickup of 3, perhaps 4. As we approach the 7.5-minute mark here remaining in the fourth quarter.
And the pressure's there. It's coming from the outside. The only thing is just you don't have that middle guy coming back across. Kyler Ball was about a gap too wide. Received the pressure from Rubio and Welshoff off of the left side, and then just you need Ball to kind of collapse and kind of close the cage in around Buechele.
Buechele in the shotgun has Wheeler to his right. Officially a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. Buechele gets a snap. Pressure coming. Throws out quickly to the left, and nothing doing there for Skyler Bell. Hit immediately, and the first man there again was Jacoby Windman.
Yeah, Jacoby Windman and Deshaun Jameson in on that play. And really, Jameson was the first guy there, kind of tied him up and allowing for Jacoby Windman to come off the edge, who was blitzing in a rundown situation off of the right side gap. So a great run blitz there called by Patrick Graham and the defense. Great execution by the guys on the field.
And it was Jameson who brought him down. Good call, Max. As a good play by Jameson. Now a 3rd and 9. Steelers showing pressure at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring it. Buechele lofting left, has a man out there. It's Macklin, and underthrown slightly and knocked away by Porter. Was able to get to Macklin in time to dislodge the ball, and now the Bills will send out the field goal unit.
And that was a very lucky thing that the ball was underthrown. Daryl Porter making up the lost ground, because Bell did have 2 steps on Porter but had to slow down and come back to the football, allowing Porter to catch up and put that hand in between both of his hands and knifing the ball from Skylar Bell's grasp.
So from the left hash, a 42-yard field goal attempt here for Bass, who had a field goal of 33 yards in the opening drive. Here's the snap. Here's the kick by Bass, and that kick is up. And Bass, who missed last year with an injury, back in mid-season form, has drilled a couple of field goals. And with 6:17 remaining in the fourth quarter and the score, the Steelers 27, the Bills 20. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
With the award-winning eStore from FNB, you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions. Then check out in minutes with just one easy application, which means more time for football. That's more rushing the passer and less rushing through paperwork. More huddles, less hassles. More game time, less wait time. You get the picture. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
Buy one window, get a free unicorn. Just kidding. Are you tired of dishonest offers? I'm Brian Murphy, owner of Easy Home Exteriors, and we take your home seriously. If you need windows, roofing, siding, or doors, we'll give you fair, honest pricing the first time, every time. No pressure, no gimmicks. We'll give you a free estimate. You don't even need to be home. Call 412-678-7008. That's 412-678-7008. If you're lucky, we'll throw in a unicorn.
Great googly moogly. This one's got heart. Rob King here for Caliente Pizza and Draft House. Try Caliente's new Wolfley 73 Pizza, a bold pizza built in honor of Steelers legend Craig Wolfley. The Wolfley 73 is loaded with pepperoni, meatballs, hot honey, Parmesan cheese, and a whole lot of Pittsburgh pride. 73% of every Wolfley 73 sale goes to Light of Life Rescue Mission. Order one today, online or at all 8 Caliente locations. Caliente, the official pizza of WDVE. Eat good, do good, just like Craig.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Steelers defense forces the Bass 42-yard field goal attempt, and so the Steelers still enjoying a touchdown lead. It's 27-20 here at Highmark Stadium. Our first look at this beautiful new edifice in Orchard Park, the new home of the Buffalo Bills. And the Steelers trying to finish off this victory as Bass ready to, it's Doman ready to kick it off. And Jamison and Kenny James back deep. And this is going to be driving Jamison 5 yards deep. He'll take a knee. And so, Willie Colon, I know you have some television duties after this, but your thoughts, sort of big picture on what you saw here tonight from the Steelers in this final preseason game.
Well, I was happy to see the team respond on both sides of the football. I think we're starting to see from the offensive side the thumbprint of Mike McCarthy. There's an ecosystem, there's a structure, footwork and timing from these quarterbacks. Out front, you know what it is. They got to figure out who that 5 is going to be. We don't want to see a talented 5 guys. We want to see one unit that's talented. Hopefully they'll figure it out sooner than later. And nevertheless, man, they have quality depth, which is awesome. Especially Max can attest to this. The reason why we were always going to the playoffs during the time we were Steelers, because of our quality depth, and the Steelers have that right now. Defensively, once the boys get rolling and continue to figure out, hey, man, when we hit the field, we got to get starting faster, we'll be a lot better outfit. But nevertheless, man, overall, I'm excited about the start of the season, and I think the Steelers are going to have a hell of a year.
Yeah, Max, I think we agree with exactly what Willie's saying. I think we're both bullish on what the Steelers can do, and that depth is a big, big part of it.
No, the depth is definitely big. And, to come out here tonight, right, and know that you had enough depth. You've seen both these quarterbacks have time to make some big throws. The run game has been popping tonight. So all the things you want to see to start to settle in place before you go into the start of the season has been nice to be on display.
Haller in the shotgun back, fires on a quick slant, and it's complete to Cornell Powell as he's moving right to left into Bills territory and down to their 47-yard line. So our thanks to Willie Colon after that 16-yard pickup. And Max, great to hear from your old offensive line compatriot.
Oh, yeah. No, that's my brother, man. Willie and I have been together for a long time, and one of my best friends. So having him on this broadcast has been a treat, and hearing his debut and his now follow up to his budding sideline career has been great as well.
Oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff to hear him. As Aller in the shotgun, very insightful. Pass underneath, it's Powell again, and Powell moving right to left will get down to the 43-yard line, so a pickup of 4. Yeah, great insight from Willie Colon.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, linemen make the best sideline reporters.
You know what?
I'm not going to be biased at all. just simply stating facts.
Well, we've had a long lineage of them. Craig Wolfley,
yeah,
Max Starks.
Foster.
I don't see Missy with her hand in the dirt.
Now, listen, if Missy was a guy, Missy would totally be an offensive lineman.
All right,
we're just going to put that in there. She always has snacks and treats.
Yeah.
She's always that's a team mom. Yep. It's just the female version of an offensive lineman. That's all.
Okay. Here's handoff right side, and it's Heidenreich battling down to the 41-yard line for a modest pickup. But tonight's total offensive yards are brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, local union number 5, IBEW, lighting up Pittsburgh since 1897. Currently, the Steelers' offense has produced 227 yards, featuring the Jeremy Bernard 13-yard touchdown catch and run.
Yeah, so nice job. Got the scoring done early and often. 4 touchdowns total in this game. Now we're starting to see some more of those different names here. Greg Crippen in at the center position. Looks like Doug Nestor's moved over to the right tackle position. So you're getting some guys in there, trying to get them one last opportunity for everybody to look at as they finish out the season. Ooh.
And lofted up the left side, and as intended for Cornell Powell once again. And so this is the third time we've seen on a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, one of these 3rd and short situations, the Steelers quarterbacks, and it's been Aller, I think once was Howard, identifying the man-to-man matchup and trying to go for that down the field instead of maybe trying to pick up something shorter. So we'll see whether that is
deep
like
shot
a philosophy. We don't know, right?
And they're going for it here on 4th down because you're in that plus territory. There's a long field goal or a very short punt. So analytics always says, hey, it's a good shot to take it with your 3rd and 5 or less.
So 3:26 remains here in this 4th quarter. Aller gets a snap, back to pass, pumps, look now, moves out to his right, rolling, throws underneath, and Keeney James could not hang on. The ball was really low, and Aller, I'm sure Drew would have liked to get that just a little bit higher on that throw as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm watching the replay, and he just threw it and just went down to like his knee, and Keeney James went to go kind of slide knee first, and the ball literally hit him in the knee and ricocheted off on that 4th down. So turnover on downs here for the team, but once again, not a bad place to try that 4th down play. Like I said, you want to accomplish that on the plus side of the field, greater than the 40 and less than 5 yards.
And now the Bills with an opportunity to try to march down the field. And they have excellent field position starting at their own 41-yard line. Bouchel in the shotgun. He's gone the distance, sends Bell in motion left to right. Throws out to the left, incomplete, intended for Pettis, and that throw just off the mark there from Bouchel.
Yeah, Bouchel threw that ball about 2 yards too wide, trying to run the stick route, and just sailed it just a little bit too much. Didn't quite catch Pettis out of the break on that one.
He's been pretty accurate all night, but that's not one of his better throws. In the shotgun with Wheeler to his left. 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left of the formation. 12 on the play clock. Bouchel gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. Batted at the line of scrimmage. Bouchel caught it. Now he's rolling out to the right, being chased by Welshoff, who snags him at the 37-yard line. It was a race to see who would get there first. And Kyler Baugh batted the ball, and then he and Welshoff were in a race to grab Bouchel, and they stopped him for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, that was a nice timed jump and slap by Kyler Baugh, and he was on his high horse, but Julius Welshoff, the German knife maker,
just a little faster,
was just a little bit quicker. He might be 50, 70 pounds lighter.
Yeah, that's right.
So I expect him to win that. If Kyler Baugh won that, we have some other issues to talk about.
And that was a nickname from our old buddy with the German last name, Mr. Wolfley.
Yes.
3rd and 14. Bouchel empty set, gets a snap, back to pass, looking, fires middle of the field. It's complete right at midfield, and Pettis had an opportunity to stop him short, but he spun away from Jack Henderson and picks up the first down at the 47-yard line of the Steelers.
That's tough when you've had first and second down success, and then you give up that play on 3rd down. Just a tough one, and Jack Henderson just came in a little bit too hot, overran it. Pettis able to stop on a dime and spin forward to get the first down yardage.
16-yard pickup. Now it's time for the 2-minute warning timeout, brought to you by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score, the Steelers 27, the Bills 20. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Looking for health insurance for employees in multiple locations? UPMC Health Plan National Access has you covered. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network for employees outside of the service area. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, choose UPMC Health Plan.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power. And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
2-minute warning, and the Bills have the ball 1st and 10 at the Steelers' 47-yard line. Steelers up 27-20. There's an eclipse happening tonight, man.
I know. We keep looking up here, and it's not going to be done until after midnight, but we keep looking. We want to see a little bit of that crescent action going. And
I think the moon is directly over our head, and there's a big overhang here in the stadium.
Yeah, that is true, but I can see the moon.
Oh, no, there it is. Oh, my God, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
What am I saying? How did I miss that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's right there.
I mean, there's a lot of lights in the stadium. Yeah,
Very
it's still full.
Willie was saying it's a red moon. It's a red moon?
Red? I don't think it's a red moon.
I don't know. Maybe the color was red or something. I don't know. I would think, because they say once in a blue moon, right? Then a blue moon does exist, but
yeah,
maybe it's just a moon. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay, so 2-minute warning here. Ball at the 47-yard line. Bouchel in the shotgun has Wheeler to his right. 3 receivers tightly bunched to the right of the formation. Bouchel gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up. Pressure coming from behind. Lost down the middle of the field. Incomplete flag comes in. And it was Lynham in coverage, and he is going to be whistled. The pass is intended for Pettis, and it's going to be pass interference down inside the 10-yard line, close to the 5.
Pass interference, defense number 42. The ball in place of the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Tamon lined him up, just got there too soon.
I mean, grabbed both shoulder blades and tried to project himself in front of it to knock it away. And, Buechele was actually threw that ball rather well, considering he was under duress and got hit right as he released that football. And if Tamon Lynham doesn't grab him, I don't know if Pettis misses that. That ball looked like it was about to hit him in the breadbasket.
It sure did.
So that was a true, touchdown saving, I feel like, interference.
40-yard pickup. Here's Wheeler off the right side. Has a little bit of a hole. Leaning forward, and Wheeler getting all the way down to the 1-yard line. Minute 43, 42 and counting here. So interesting time of the game here.
Nobody's called a timeout.
Right,
either.
Exactly. So
will we finish with the tie?
Well, I think that Bills would go for 2. The question is whether the Steelers want to preserve some time just to work on a 2-minute drill. Macklin in motion right, comes back to the left. Buechele under center as Wheeler is the lone setback. Buechele gets a snap. Moves Macklin in motion left to right. Here's the handoff and the penetration. And Wheeler is smoked by Deshaun Jameson. And now the Steelers will use a timeout after a loss of a yard in the play. Steelers have 2 timeouts remaining.
Not going to lie, I would have loved the timeout before this just to preserve a little bit more time just in case. It is the preseason, and I know we don't go to overtime. Let's make sure we make that clear. Mm-hmm. The game will end in a tie in the preseason, but in this situation, you played so well. I mean, you hate to.
Right now, if the Bills do score, this is interesting, right? So, does Joe Brady? I mean, you kick an extra point, right? And now maybe it's because you want to work on your 2-minute defense, right?
Yeah.
And if you're Mike McCarthy, maybe you want to work on your 2-minute offense, or do you go for 2? Well, we're going to find out. They have to score first. They haven't done that yet. 3rd and goal from the 2. Buechele under center. Wheeler is the lone setback. Taps both sides of the helmet. Wheeler settles under center. Gets a snap. Gives to Wheeler. Wheeler starts right, cuts back left, goes in for the score. Touchdown Buffalo Bills with 1:06 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And now, will they go for 2? It looks like they will. They're going to keep the offense out there. And Shane Zylstra hobbling off the field, and so Latu will check in at the tight end position.
Yeah, it looks like he got stepped on that last play. Right foot. I know all about that. When you catch, back in the day we had 7-stud cleats, so if you caught those front 5 studs right on the piggies, it hurts a whole lot.
By the way, all 4 Bills touchdowns have come on the ground. Now going for 2. 1:06 remaining here. Buechele has Wheeler to his right in the shotgun. Gestures to his left. Brings Van Sumeren in motion to the right. Buechele gets a snap. Back. Pressure coming. Throws back to the left. Has a man open. And it's a 2-point conversion to Pettis in the front left corner of the end zone. And the Buffalo Bills, for the first time since they were up 3-0, have taken the lead now 28-27.
And there was a lot of pressure coming up the middle, so you're just a little frustrated. Like, man, they almost had Buechele dead to rights. Goodlow was in pressure.
And Jamin Davis, perhaps.
And Jamin Davis also got in there.
He's been close a couple times, Davis.
Yeah, he's been. We call it get near and get here, guys. Jamin Davis has been a get near guy most of the time in his career, and just didn't miss it. And for Pettis just ran a little circle route, came back along the goal line, trailing. And Buechele looked off right, looked off the safety, and then released that football as a wobbler. But Pettis able to run underneath it and score the 2-point conversion.
And so now an opportunity, you would think, here for the Steelers to run a 2-minute drill. 1:06 remaining, and you're just looking to get into field goal range.
Yeah, and let the Wizard of Oz do what the Wizard of Oz does. But first, it starts with fielding this cleanly. Whatever decision they decide on the return, and then you got to be quick on the ball and got to get some chunk plays.
So here's Doman, the run-up and the kick, and it's going to go into the end zone again. So Keeney James is going to take a knee. That's a good decision, first of all, right? You want good decisions. That's a good decision.
Yeah.
If you have the ball at the 35-yard line, that makes your job a little easier. You have 2 timeouts remaining, 106 in the clock. You have to go 25 yards.
25 yards to be comfortable.
Get to the 40, give Boz a 48-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, well, if he gets to the 40, it'd be a 58-yarder.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry, 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, 58-yarder. So you'd like to say 20 to 25 is a safe area.
About that.
Yeah.
So Aller comes out. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. What's left of this crowd at Highmark, spirited. The Bills Mafia making some noise, and the Bills sideline wants more noise as Aller gets a snap. 4-man rush coming. Throws underneath. It is complete. This is Cornell Powell trying to stretch to the far sideline, and he does, running horizontally, and he picks up about 3 yards out to the 38-yard line, but stops the clock without the Steelers having to utilize a timeout. So 59 seconds remaining. Steelers, with the clock stopped, can afford to huddle up.
Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest thing, was saving and preserving the timeout on a short gainer in the middle of the field, able to get to the sidelines. They got to take some deeper shots, get some deep outs and some deep crossers going to the sidelines.
2 receivers split each side, empty set. Snap back to Aller. Pump fakes, now comes back over the middle of the field, and the ball comes loose. It is incomplete. It was intended for Lake McCree. McCree had his hands on it, and then it was knocked away. Fearful for a moment it might be called a fumble, but it's called an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario that you can have in this moment. And I am just really surprised by the acoustics in the stadium. It almost feels like Seattle. The way that this roof is curved, it just sends the sound back in. This stadium is a quarter full, but sounds like a stadium that's 3/4 full.
See, I would have called it 3/4 empty, Max. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah. Optimist, baby.
Here's the snap back to Aller, looking to the near sideline, incomplete. Intended for Keeney James off his fingertips, and it'll bring up now a 4th and 7 with 48 seconds remaining.
Gotta go guts here. Nothing left for tomorrow. 48 seconds. If you turn the ball over, they're just going to take a knee and finish out the game. So let's see the Steelers go out throwing. Let's see if they can get a first down and keep things going for them.
Empty set. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bills showing 4-man rush. Aller in the shotgun, leans forward, gets a snap. Bills bring 4. Aller back, throws to the right, and a back shoulder attempt from McCree is incomplete up the seam, and the Steelers have turned the ball over on downs.
And second time in 2 drives, the Steelers have turned the ball over on downs, and for a great effort. Obviously these games don't matter on the win-loss record, but for the momentum and the psyche of these guys, these young men finishing out the game, you want to finish out the game strong. So it's a bit of a downer for these guys. And, for a lot of these guys, like I said, a lot of guys are going to be cut starting tomorrow and throughout the weekend as they get down to their 53-man rosters, then build up another 15 in the practice squad. So, you want to go out on a high note, and you just hate that it did not finish as well as you played throughout this game.
Yep, Steelers led for almost the entirety of the game, and now Buechele takes a knee, and that will do it. Steelers.
Let's take one more. 2-second difference between the clock.
Oh, there is. Yep, exactly right.
I would just get back on the line and just hit it.
That's where you pause and take a step back and then take the knee, but he didn't do that.
No,
so
he did not.
Dropped to the knee.
Well, you don't want to lose the offensive production as well. Like, we were always that line. Like, when we had to take a knee, we told Ben, hey, we're going to move them back so you can get right back on the line of scrimmage so we maintain all the yardage that we gained.
Oh, right.
We were that squad. We were that petty.
So Buechele with the connection, as we mentioned, to Pittsburgh. His dad, Steve Buechele, played for a while for the Pirates. We saw Max Tomczak, Mike Tomczak's kid out here. Of course, his dad played quarterback for the Steelers. And that's it. That's the end of the game with the final score. The Bills 28, the Steelers 27. Brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay tuned for Steelers' first reaction in the Mike McCarthy postgame press conference. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control. Make traffic safe again. Call 412-301-2300 or visit us online at awsafe.net for a quote today. Armstrong Utilities. Armstrong, proudly local, fiber powered. Get gig speed internet at armstrongfiber.com. Caliente Pizza and Draft House. 10-time World Pizza Champions. Order today at worldsbestpizza.com. Florida.com. CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. Columbia Gas. Programs available to help eligible customers with energy bills. We are here to help. Colusi Chevrolet, serving the Pittsburgh area for over 108 years. Confluence Financial Partners, your team for wealth management and proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. ConfluenceFP.com. Don's Appliances. Visit Don'sAppliances.com. Guaranteed low prices. Free next day delivery. Edgar Snyder and Associates. Injured? Don't wait. Call Edgar Snyder and Associates. They will fight for the compensation you deserve. 1-800-94-EDGAR. And by Easy Home Exteriors. Fast, reliable, and affordable.
Back here at Highmark Stadium, and the Steelers' final preseason game is over, and there will be a lot of anxious moments for many of these players between now and the 6 p.m. deadline on Sunday, when the Steelers